Happy New Year, podcast pals. Danny here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Yeah. Let's get rolling here. Might as well just go ahead with the operation. Hope everyone's hanging in there best they can. And welcome to what we call here the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Got any last words, Cubby, before this satanic cold front swings into town and shuts us off from the rest of civilization?
It's going to be cold.
Huh?
That's what they keep saying. Today, ironically enough, has come in from the cold day. Maybe we should push that back to tomorrow. Not that today's a heat wave or anything like that, but compared to what they're saying is coming tomorrow.
Pretty reasonable out there right now, but if you've got any last messages for loved ones, now's the time.
Well, I can tell you it's going to be a warning to my wife, or if I catch myself in the mirror after a shower, it's going to be very unflattering to male genitalia tomorrow. Keep that in mind, Ashley. Don't make fun of anybody if you happen to see a private part.
If you see some stray dongs, don't make fun of them.
That's all meteorologically related.
Yeah, of course.
Has nothing to do with just what they're carrying around on a normal day.
Speaking of meteorology, yeah, I got this warning last night from my favorite television meteorologist, the Channel 9 dude. Ian Leonard, I think is the handle he goes by.
He's a funny guy.
The bespectacled gentleman?
I enjoy watching him on my television. Not that, I got a problem with the others. There's a guy on Channel 5 also. Boy, I'm old now. Anyway.
Talking about weather, guys?
Yeah. This Ian Leonard character told me last night that the brutality begins this evening, and by the time we check into this nightmare at this time tomorrow, all will be lost. We'll have to resort to cannibalism, like those poor kids I was telling you about, that Uruguayan rugby team from 50-some years ago.
I'll tell you what, if you want entertainment, you're not wrong about Ian Leonard. Watch him cover tornadoes. He's awesome.
I have.
He's absolutely awesome. Like Mike Max, was he still at Channel 4? Or maybe WCCO?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, CCO.
When he was covering the riots, back during George Floyd, he was incredible on television. Mm-hmm. Mike Max was so good out there. Ian Leonard, same type of thing. Very, very good. I make sure and watch him during I wish he would cover tornadoes in other parts of the country.
Yeah, he's very, very good at what he does. Who's the guy on Channel 5 that I really dig, too? I'd have to look at pictures.
Is it Ken Barlow? Or no, he's not.
I know Chris Reese. Chris
I'm not familiar
Reese.
with him.
I enjoy watching.
Is that Chris with a K?
No.
Chris with the C.
He spells it like a
non-famous realtor. Oh, yeah, I love this guy. He always looks happy. He's one of those guys where when you see his face, you can't help but, honestly, when I just Googled him, my heart warmed up. That'll keep you warm on a cold day. I
enjoy watching him talk about the weather on my television. Those are my two favorites. Chris Reese, Channel 5, Ian's Leonard, Channel 9.
I haven't seen Mr. Reese during a tornado, but Ian Leonard, he can't miss television.
I think this is very common, but the older I get, the colder I get.
Yeah, that's normal.
By tonight, I can picture myself by tonight. I think I'm going to have to search through my porn drawer to find my long underwears.
Boy, I take that back. I've only owned one pair of long underwear, and that's when we used to go on our snowmobile trips back in the day.
You never were much for long underwears?
No, even as a kid, my parents didn't. We had
I never wanted to wear them when I
pants.
was a kid. When I was a kid, I fought tooth and nail to not have to put on my long underwears.
Of course.
Because I thought that was SAWFT soft.
Oh, really? I thought they were cool simply because, like, Pa Ingalls would wear them on Little House on the Prairie. I want to get a pair of those with the flap, if you had to go potty.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a union suit type of a... As an older person, I'm not ashamed of my long underwears. So I'll probably be searching the porn drawer for my long underwears. I think I got a couple big fat pair of socks in there. Older I get, the colder I get. And I get a little more aggravated these days when these satanic cold... A lot of folks are saying Satan is behind this satanic cold front is coming through town. I'm getting a little aggravated, I'll admit it. It's affecting my approach.
I'm looking forward to the day where I start to feel cold all the time. I'm always warm. I know Dana and Ashley, you're in the same boat.
Same boat.
Yep.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Is it because you guys are a little squirrely?
Oh, I'm
Maybe.
sure.
I mean, you can put
Yeah.
more clothes on when you're cold. Just the heat, there's not a ton you can do about it unless
So-
you're just putting yourself in front of an air conditioner or sleeping outside.
So you don't even know if you have a pair of long underwears. I got them in multiple colors.
Oh, I only had the one pair when we used to go to Ice 80s, and
Size 80s.
I don't know what happened to them. Somebody probably stole them. You know how it
Probably.
goes. They're
It's
hot.
it's gonna be.
Everybody wants them.
Yep.
Everybody wanted my Target long underwear.
Yeah.
Is that the same ones you have?
Oh, I don't know where I got them.
Yeah, I remember just going to Target,
They're-
get my pack of long underwear.
They're brought to you by the folks from Hanes. That much
mine
I
weren't
can...
Hanes. It was like, I don't know, Cherokee or I can't
Sure.
remember. They were
That
off-
sounds like a Target brand back in the day.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe that was a bike.
But
it
you're
was
right.
An off-brand.
Very likely, if you're missing your long underwears, very likely they were stolen.
Sold at auction.
Yeah, it's like good luck keeping long underwear in your house without these long underwear prowlers running around.
Yeah.
So
I keep
there-
seeing somebody actually just texted in on this. I keep seeing that meteorologists are warning people about trees exploding in the extreme cold.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to see a tree explode.
I looked into that. It's called a frost crack.
That's never happened.
I'm 50, almost 51 years old. I've lived in Minnesota my entire life, and that will continue until the day I die.
Right.
Been through many, many very cold winters.
Yes.
I've never heard of a tree exploding.
It's because it's never happened.
Do you want to know more?
Yes, please.
Give me
So-
Give me more of this fake news.
When temperatures drop suddenly, the sap inside the tree can freeze at a colder temperature
You're a
than
sap
the surrounding
inside a tree.
than the surrounding soil, leading to rapid expansion and pressure buildup. So it can cause the bark to split, producing a loud noise, often described as a gunshot.
No,
How come I've never heard of this?
because it's never happened, Josh. I've spent the majority of my life drinking with elderly people, and I've never heard one of them tell the story of an exploding tree.
It says it's really, really rare.
Really rare.
Well, that's why.
AKA it's never happened. The friggin' boring-ass stories these elderly drunks tell me at the bar, they would love to tell an exploding tree story. They would love to, but they've never been able to because it's never happened. Don't let these Chris Reese and Ian Leonard type people fool you.
Wait, I thought you liked those
I
guys.
do like
no.
them.
They wouldn't talk about exploding trees.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever really happened, but I'd like to see it.
Now, Screaming Trees, that's one of Nick's favorite 90s bands. Boy, we used to play a lot of Screaming Trees on this frequency. Well, I suppose they probably started in the 80s. Trying to remember when those guys, they were more hot in the 90s.
I'd have more respect for you, Josh, if you didn't try to remember the origin of the band, the Screaming Tree. If I find out, if I look through your search history later today and I find out you looked up
I won't look them up.
the screen.
Used to
So-
see their videos on MTV waiting for Headbangers Ball back in the day. My Uncle Mike, may he rest in peace, he was kind enough, he had cable, we never did. He would record it on VHS.
That's awesome.
And so, it aired late Saturday nights, right?
Are we talking Headbangers,
Headbangers Ball?
Yes.
And so he'd
I think
come
it was
over.
10 or 10:30 on Saturday nights.
Yeah, I remember it was late on a Saturday. I couldn't remember. It was over the weekend, Friday or Saturday. But he'd come over on a Sunday or Monday and bring me that. I looked forward to that tape every single week.
More old guy stuff here. We're going to talk about MTV,
And VHS tapes.
VHS tapes.
Recording things off TV.
But you make perfect sense. It made perfect sense to me, at least, when you said you used to see an awful, terrible, useless Screaming Trees video before Headbangers Ball, because the show that was on before Headbangers Ball was it called 120 Minutes or something like that?
I can't remember.
But it was all alternative music videos. That's why it makes sense to me, because I remember that. I remember when you would sit in front of your television and wait for Headbangers Ball to begin, you had to sit through a couple of awful alternative bands and their music videos. So that's why you saw the screaming.
All right, we found a loophole here. And thank you to More Anxiety Than Hair Jesus, who texted in and said he didn't want Josh to get in trouble, so he did the work for me. He looked up the Screaming Trees.
God dang it.
They started in Ellensburg, Washington in 1984. A couple of high school friends. It says here they bonded over punk, garage, and classic rock.
Oh, beautiful.
The
Well.
Screaming Trees.
I hope they're living a miserable life.
I hope they're doing
A few
just fine.
people texted in a minute ago and said, wait a minute, you keep your porn in your long underwear drawer? Doesn't everybody keep their porn in their underwear drawer?
Yeah,
I
that's
keep
normal.
I keep my porn on the internet.
No.
I suppose you can do that now.
I've only had one smut magazine. I've mentioned you guys before. It was passed around in late middle school. Or maybe it was my freshman year of high school. I can't remember.
It was a friggin' Playboy, by the way,
Yeah,
right?
I know, gross, right? And there was a lady that was
That wasn't
spread
really
across
my
two
point.
pages. And it was just two gynecological.
A Playboy?
It's way too much. Although I did like...
Let me show you my uncle's collection of Hawk magazines.
Yeah, I've heard worse. I did see a buddy had... he had Hustler. And I remember seeing that thinking, like, I think I have a PhD in anatomy after
Right.
this.
Oh, really?
That was way too much.
That'll teach you some things at a young age.
Yeah, Hustler, and he also had Penthouse. I liked reading the letters. I thought those were always
They were
interesting.
very exciting,
Like, how did this happen to all these
very
people?
realistic. Right, Ashley, the underwear drawer.
Yeah, that's normal.
yeah.
100%.
A
For,
few
for
people-
anything like sexual.
Yeah,
in nature.
toys, porno movies, the underwear. Because a couple people texted in and questioned why I would keep my porn stash in the underwear
That's
drawer.
normal, yeah.
That's very normal. You're the one who's got a problem, whoever texted in.
Yeah.
I had
Weirdo.
The Playboy that I had, like I mentioned, was passed around, and my mom found it
Oh.
and threw it away. So I was the kid that had to say, "Hey guys, I lost our communal magazine here."
Dude, you suck. You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
popular.
Jig is
it,
up.
It wasn't a thing back then, but I lost some aura points.
Yep.
Sure did.
Did I ever tell you about the time that some gals I graduated high school with invaded my porn stash when I was having a keg party?
No.
I don't remember this.
Very funny trick on their part. This was, I don't know, it got to be 20 years ago now. I had a little unofficial reunion, high school reunion at my house. Big beer party. Most of the time we were out on the back patio or in the garage. But obviously people got to go in and out the house to use the bathroom. At the end of the night, I walked into my bedroom and everything porn related was spread out on display in my bedroom.
That's pretty funny.
So they had my DVD movies organized nicely on the TV stand. All the magazines were opened up to the centerfold or the most grotesque picture in the magazine placed on my bed, placed on my dresser.
That's funny.
And I immediately started laughing, but I wondered, who the hell? I called the gal, everyone had gone home. I called the gal who I thought was a likely culprit. And she was already laughing when she answered the phone. And she said, well, yeah, so this is 20 years ago. We were in our mid-30s. She said, every dude on planet Earth has a porn stash. So we just went into your bedroom and easily found yours. And they decided they'd make sure they did a little inventory for me, Josh, and made sure that every single item was on display in my bedroom.
That's
they-
really nice of them.
Yeah.
Did they organize it in a funny way or
Well-
or categorize it?
No, well, like I said, the porn movies, maybe I didn't make this clear, the porn movies in their cases were kind of displayed on my TV stand nicely as if you were in a library or something
Yeah.
like that, and you could say, oh, I'd like that one or I'd like that. Very clever, cool trick.
Would you ever wear a sex toy around your neck, Ashley?
No.
The other day, I don't know why this popped up, but there was an article about the new Goop catalog. You know, I suppose it's coming up on Valentine's Day.
Again
Yeah.
with this friggin' operation, right?
And I wouldn't have. The picture they had was of like this kind of golden. I guess it looked like a pen more than anything to me on a chain. And so then I read the headline after I saw the photo, and it was basically a vibrator necklace, which
What?
apparently it was getting rave reviews for both the aesthetics and how pretty it makes you look, and then for the way it's used.
That's
And I don't
concerning.
know. I don't know if I would have known it was a vibrator. Well, I guess I wouldn't have. I didn't realize it at first.
Ugh,
That seems a little odd, does it
That
not?
is odd, yeah.
that's
Do you, but
Yeah, they want to do themselves.
be weird, I guess.
that's one of those, people who they so desperately want you to notice that they're different. I want so badly to be the center of the conversation that I'm wearing a friggin' sex toy around my neck and just waiting for someone to say, "Oh, what's that?" Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've worked with folks that really like to be sexual in any way, and so there's one or two people I could see wearing this for sure.
Oh, yeah, okay. Again, with the Gwyneth Paltrow and her Goop sex toy calendar, or what? Not calendar, catalog. And like Josh said, we're a handful of days away from friggin' Valentine's Day, so she pushes her products on us again, just like she does when we hit the holiday season. And one of the items is a vibrator you wear around your stinking neck. All of it is wildly expensive. You know the Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
deal.
sometimes it's crazy expensive, like tens
her.
of thousands of dollars. Ashley, did you see it, the necklace?
No, I haven't.
Let me know if you would know right away that this was a vibrator. I just sent you a link.
Yeah, the thing is, it can't be too obvious, right?
I didn't think
But-
it
but
looks
it-
kind of like
Oh.
a nail or a pen of some sort.
Yeah, I would never have guessed that. Kind of looks like a whistle, like
Does
a
it-
dog whistle.
Does it look like, is that a nice necklace to you? Like, if you just saw it, would you think, oh, that's a pretty necklace?
No,
It can't
I
be.
would, or it looks like something that like someone would put some ashes in.
Oh,
Sure.
you know what? That's the best description yet.
It can't be
Weird.
too obvious, but it has to be a conversation starter. That's the point of it, in my opinion, like I said. That's for people who, they can't wait to talk about their sex life. So,
Oh, Big Rig Fenders Jesus said that I was right. It is a pen. It's a special variant of pen called the Pen 15. Are you familiar with the Pen 15? I was a part of that club.
You were in the club?
Yeah, back in the day.
Good for you.
I'm going to write that on my hand real quick.
Yeah,
and-
right. Just so you don't forget.
Wasn't
Yeah.
tell me about this gimmick again. I was never part of this.
The Pen 15 Club?
Yeah.
Where people would just kind of say, hey, you want to join the Pen 15 Club? We're starting it today. I mean, this was like, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade. And I thought, well, I'd love to be accepted
Yeah.
by a group of my peers. Like, what do we do? Is this a jump-in situation? Blood in, blood out? Like, no, all you do is, look, you just write Pen 15 on your hand, and you're in. And I thought, I can't wait. And I wrote it, and if you're not catching on to the bit, when you write Pen 15 next to each other, it looks like penis. And they got me, so I had penis written on my hand.
And there's
Son
always
of
with
a-
a big magic marker, too, so it's impossible to wash off all the way.
I was lucky it was
Sad,
just a
Josh.
pen.
Oh, really?
But you're right. Like sometimes if somebody had a Sharpie or something
Yeah.
on that, you're going to be scrubbing for a while. And you don't want to scrub that penis too much.
No.
It can go off.
Couple of folks have texted in about porno. Since I brought it up, or somebody brought it up a couple minutes ago, it might have been me. Likely culprit. Wow. Some of you folks, times was hard back in the day. So I was talking about my porn stash 20 years ago. Josh had just the one Playboy magazine that was traded back and forth amongst the other members of the Pen 15 Club. There was just one Playboy magazine that you traded back and forth. And you thought that was bad? 651 to 715 Jesus. Their communal porn in 5th grade, this is all they had. One car air freshener with a naked lady on it.
That's nothing.
And he was the one who got busted with it.
Oh.
And his mama still shames him about it 30 years later. One car air freshener with a naked lady on it.
I remember a buddy of mine had one of those pens, speaking of pens, where when you flipped it upside down, the lady in the bikini's top came off.
Yeah.
And I thought,
cool.
what an incredible piece of technology that is. Anytime you're right, she's topless.
She's topless.
We got to talking about where you stash your porn. Underwear drawer. Common answer. Here's a guy who said his dad stashed his porn in his toolbox out in the garage. Probably because he knew Mom was never going to go looking in there.
Yeah.
In the toolbox.
I mostly grew up in the internet porn age, but I definitely remember the days of the excitement of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, kind of paging through the Sears catalog a little bit and seeing the ladies in the bras.
Oh, yeah.
So
National Geographic was a good one, too.
Yeah. So I kinda
J.C. Penney, another one.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds, I think. You know?
National Geographic.
Oh, actually, it was a thing.
Kathy Ireland. Mm-hmm. I licked the pages.
Yeah.
When Kathy Ireland was in play, well, not Playboy, you just said it, Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, I think that was the gal that had my fly going up and down like a window shade was old Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, my parents used to get National Geographic, and boy, was I shocked. Every once in a while, you'd see a topless woman, like, balancing a load of laundry on her head.
Right.
Remember they carrying around like a fruit tray or something?
Nothing sexy about it.
I don't know. When you're,
of course.
See, you grew, like you said, you grew up in the internet age. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really all we had. And so somebody brings up a good point, and I can't believe after all these years I never made the connection. Yes, when my mom tossed that Playboy, she did throw away my best porno mag. Mom did that. Beastie Boys.
Nice.
You gotta go ahead and fight. Back to this Gwyneth Paltrow nightmare. Just for fun here, because I'm burned out on her gimmick. Her wildly expensive sex toys.
Yeah, she peaked with this candle smells like my vagina or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She should have
did.
stopped
It
after that.
smells like my vagina candle.
This is a $79 item here, and that's far cheaper than what you usually see in Gwyneth Paltrow's sex toy catalog. It's for him and her at the same time. It's some kind of a vibrator called the Hug. It wraps around the both of yous and stimulates both of yous at the same time. That they only want $79 in trade for that gimmick.
That's
But
not bad.
you know what that made me think of, Josh? When I read about a his and hers something or another called the Hug, it made me think of fundies.
Fundies. Boy, it's been a while since I've heard of fundies. Did
What
you
are
ever have any of
those?
those?
It's a pair of underwears for two.
What?
Yeah, they used to sell them at Spencer Gifts when I was a kid. We couldn't wait to walk through Spencer Gifts and see how much they wanted for the fundies. It's a pair of underwears. Both of you pull it on at the same time. You're face to face.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Yeah,
I'm sure it
sounds
was
great.
I'm guessing it was total garbage. No, I never bought a pair of fundies, but I remember them very, very vividly. I remember the box, and don't get cute with that, where it was, a naked man and a naked woman, belly to belly, both wrapped in the same pair of drawers. Fundies.
Mentally drunk, but not physically drunk, Jesus said he got his hands on a deck of naked lady playing cards back in the day, and he sold them for $1 a piece in middle school. A young entrepreneur.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
That is so smart.
That is brilliant.
I had forgotten all about dirty decks of cards. I think it was on my 40th birthday. My bro, half man, half immersing, got me the raunchiest set of playing cards you've ever imagined in your life. And it was only a couple years ago I think I finally threw them away. No offense, half man, half immersing. I always thought that, you just get a naked gal standing in a corner on your decks of cards. The one my bro found me, name a sex act, it was on one of these cards.
Oh, wow.
Full on. It was,
Detailed?
It was so funny, too, because like I said, I had forgotten all about the idea of dirty playing cards.
Were they themed to match, like if it's supposed to be a king or a
No,
queen?
not at all. Just straight up. I don't care if it's the 5 of clubs. You might flip that pig over, and we're talking double anal.
Double.
And then the next one you get, it's the 9 of spades, and you flip that one over, and it's a potty game. You had to be there.
That is pretty graphic.
Yeah, it was, Josh. It was graphic. All right. Yeah, so we started off talking about the cold weather. So sometime this evening. What's the line from Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, Bad Boys? Sometime this evening, gonna get real.
Sounds that way.
Yeah.
It's going to get so cold, I might do something you guys have been pushing me to do for a long time. Sleep with clothes on.
Sleep
Oh,
with-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a good idea.
I forgot about that. The trauma had slipped my mind. Thank you for
Bringing it up.
reintroducing it to my
Put
psyche here.
something or another on your body before you go bedtime.
Yep.
Long Johns?
I do have some long johns,
Yeah,
actually.
we talked a lot about Long Johns.
The last couple of nights I've put on a T-shirt, and I'm usually just in the old boxer briefs, but
Not me.
sometimes you got to alter your approach.
Yeah.
I've even
Yeah.
been putting on a T-shirt the last couple of nights because if any part of my body slips out from under the covers, it's just a miserable experience. It's very cold in my house, generally speaking. Well, all right, let us know how you do with that. That is really gross.
Yeah. What if there's a fire? I mean, do you have no
Yeah.
respect for first responders?
I mean, I got clothes nearby. you
On
know?
this show, we respect first responders.
Oh,
Although I did, I mentioned not too long ago, I want to throw it out there again. If for some reason you're my regular UPS guy in my neighborhood and you saw me in my underwear, I apologize. It was not on purpose.
You were walking around the house in your undies?
Well, T-shirt too. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had underwear on and no shorts. Usually I like to wear the shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, before we take a break, back to porno again real quick. Great question from a listener. Was it common for anyone else to find large amounts of porn in the woods when you were a kid? Absolutely, yes.
We didn't have any woods by me.
Yeah, I never found porn in the woods.
He said, I remember finding woods porn on more than one occasion. Well, yeah, it was common for me. Just a couple blocks from the house I grew up in, there was a wooded area. And, with bicycle jumps, and we'd ride our dirt bikes in and out of there. And that's where we had our forts. My group of friends
Fun.
built a fort back there. Some younger kids, some older kids. Before you got into junior high, that's where we would spend our time, in our forts. And so, yes, it was very common if you invaded another fort when those kids weren't there, you would find their porno stash, just as if they would have invaded ours, they would have found our stash.
Invading forts.
Yes, that was a big thing when we were like third, fourth grade kids was, hey, the older kids just left their fort, let's go see what they have. And they'd have some porn, maybe some hooch. Common for my upbringing. Matter of fact, once we did go to the older kids' fort and we stole their porn, went back to our fort, buried their porn. It now belongs to us. And I'm trying to think of the word, Josh. Well, I guess there's a real easy word. The fear that we all felt.
I was just going to ask. I'd be terrified.
The stress of it all.
Yeah, stealing older kids' porn.
Almost broke us up as a group because we thought for sure, oh, God, they're going to know. They're going to ride their bicycles over to our fort and pummel us.
Yeah.
They never suspected us. But it was, I guess I sort of feel, I learned how it feels to be a criminal, or at least a criminal with a conscience, because we were so stressed out over the idea of the older kids finding out.
Can you guys help me save a life real quick about specifically someone I care deeply about? Jiu-Jitsu Jesus. He said he's about to go out for his morning run.
Oh, come on, man.
Just take a day or two off,
Yeah.
I think.
Don't do that.
Go on a treadmill or something. We don't need you freezing to death out there.
Well, it's not that bad this morning. If
It's pretty cold. Compared to tomorrow, it's not
Yeah.
going to be bad.
well, that's what
But
I
it's
mean.
still pretty-
That's
pretty
what I
darn
mean.
cold.
Tomorrow I would
There's
call
a low of 20 below today. I think that's pretty cold.
But right now, it's not that bad. Tomorrow, first thing I saw when I backed out of my driveway this morning, Josh, was someone jogging in my neighborhood. Tomorrow morning, I would call an insane asylum to come pick you up if you're jogging tomorrow.
Well, I think you're saying it's not that bad because you're comparing it to tomorrow. I think
Yeah.
6.
I am
It's
comparing
6
it to
right
tomorrow.
now. That's pretty. It just says the
Yeah, that's
air
pretty
temperature.
darn cold.
That's cold.
Are we? Oh my God, we've come full circle. We are old. Now we're arguing over what is cold and what is
Yeah.
not cold.
I don't know. I think most people would agree 6 is cold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
I'm going to go the other way.
100%.
I'm just going to disagree.
The guy who just said he's cold all the time.
Yeah.
Josh, you're right.
I'm
You're
going
right,
the
though.
other way. It's not cold.
You're right, though. We've gone from talking about how cold it is, favorite meteorologist, old school analog porn. I think we are officially old.
Yeah, exactly. We're arguing over what is cold and what is not. Here we go. Let's cut to the chase. When we return, we'll hit up that stupid news. It's coming, so hang on to your ass. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag. I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
A lot of folks showing off their AI skills. Is that how I say it, Josh?
Yeah, it works for me.
A lot of our listeners have been showing off their AI skills the last couple of days. If you were listening yesterday, some listener made us all out to be, using artificial intelligence, a listener made us all out to be the opposite sex. So we got to find out what Ashley would look like as a dude, what the three of us bros would look like as checks.
And you posted that, didn't you, Ashley?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah, 93x.com. What did this guy do? Josh just printed me off a picture. Some dude made Josh and I out to be, through AI, made us out to be big, buff, tough guys in lifted pickups and whatnot.
Yeah, we're badasses. Goat trucking Jesus. I want this to be real someday. We're
Josh
off-roading and looking super tough.
Maybe one day, Josh.
Josh is behind the wheel of a big lifted Dodge Ram pickup. Got his arm out the driver's side, and you're just torn up like a member of the WWE roster. I am also blown up like some big steroid tiger, but I am behind the wheel of my electric bicycle. And there we are. But we have to do a lot of working out to make this come true.
Yeah, just kicking up dirt. And there's one of them has the skyline and the Minneapolis skyline in the background.
Thank you for...
Yeah, how do you do this?
I don't know how to do this stuff.
Thank you, Goat Trucking Jesus.
A lot of protein powder if we're going to make this work.
A lot of days not ignoring our lats. I mean, we're really hitting lat day here, apparently.
All right, you pricks. let's get started with the Beaumont, Texas. Well, I bet that town sucks. That's our starting point for today's godforsaken stupid news report. Here's what we're dealing with, Cubby. A 40-year-old lady derelict. A lady derelict at a grocery store. She decided she'd be a scumbag and steal a couple items for herself, okay? Wandering around the grocery store, feels like being a scumbag. She upped and snatched some Hershey's chocolates
Yum.
and a bucket of tampons.
Oh,
And
those
she
go together.
tried to walk smooth out the store, Ashley.
Don't confuse the two as far as which hole you put them in, though.
She tried to walk smooth out the joint without paying.
Do women get cravings during their period?
Some women do, yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that, I guess.
I usually just want meat. Like bacon, steak.
Sure. So that's what this gal did. Carrie is this moron's name. Tried to walk out the grocery store with some chocolates and a big 4-alarm industrial-sized barrel of Red Zone referees. What does it say here? A loss prevention officer. That's what they call them. Working at the grocery store that night. Must be kind of a shady neighborhood, but a loss prevention officer working at the grocery that night, he attempted to stop Carrie on her way to her motor vehicle. But Carrie, she's a tough one. She just shoved that little nerd across the parking lot.
Get out of here, loser.
She's pretty tough, yeah. And she was in a piss-poor mood from the get-go. So she knocks that little prevention officer on his ass. Here's the deal. That loss prevention officer, he wasn't ready to give in just yet either. He picked himself up off the ground. He got right back into Carrie's space to try to keep her from stealing all that chocolate and those beaver dams. But God help us, Carrie pulled a dirty move. At least some would consider it a dirty move, you tell me. She pulled a dirty trick on that grocery cop. It says here, she gave the effing guy a titty twister.
Oh, rude.
Ouch.
Like Nacho Libre. Nipple twist.
Why
Yeah,
do those
that's dirty.
hurt so bad? So painful.
The nipple's a sensitive area of your body, Josh.
Yeah. Ooh, that and a snake bite?
Oh.
Ever had one of
Oh
those?
my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. My brothers used to do that to me all the time.
Ow-wee.
I hated the snake bite. But yeah, getting your nipple tuned up, not a pleasant feeling. Now, so that's what she dumped on the grocery store cop. Nipple twist. And it dropped him to a knee. He was heard calling out for his mother, and then he fell unconscious.
That could probably knock a guy out.
Oh, it almost killed me one night at the bar. Well, I suppose that was a bite. But anyway, that was a nipple bite. The real cops soon drove up and arrested Carrie. So in the end, no free chocolates or pillow pads for her. She's off to jail. I had one of my nipples bitten real hard
That's
one night at the
not
bar,
right.
and I screamed aloud because I had never had that part of my body physically attacked before. I was totally unprepared for the level of pain that came with it.
Were your nipples exposed or is it through the shirt?
She picked up my shirt, weep, and bit down on my nipple. This gal was very, very drunk. I complimented her. It was her birthday, and I said, "Oh, it's your birthday. How old are you?" And she said 21 or 22. And I forgot which route I took here, but Josh, you know, especially with women, some of them want to be forever young. Some of them never want to be acknowledged as a kid. They always want to be acknowledged as an adult. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So she said I'm 21 or 22, and I can't remember if I said, "Oh, you're so young," or which side I took. But whatever it was, she wasn't pleased with it, and that's why I barely had time to react. She did it so quickly. She picked up my shirt, damn near bit my right nipple off, and she moved on with her night. And the next day, that sumbitch was blue, black, red, purple. It hurt like hell.
That is a very strange reaction to being insulted.
Well, I was trying to compliment her.
Well, I'm saying she felt insulted, and that was her reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember which way I went. But, especially at that age range, and I suppose I shouldn't limit it to women. Dudes do the same thing. There are some dudes, once they hit 15, you better recognize them as a man, right?
Yep.
But others want to hang on to that youth a little longer. So I crossed some imaginary line, and that was the punishment I received.
That is a terrible feeling when you're trying to compliment someone and they take it as an insult somehow.
Well, she was blasted out of her mind. Absolutely wrecked. So then we made up. 1 or 2 days later when I saw her again, if I remember correctly, she was very apologetic. She admitted that she
had been burping nipple all night.
Yeah. But like I said, I had no idea at that point in my life how wildly sensitive that area was to anything, let alone a full-on, full-power human bite.
I had a girlfriend once who was a biter and got to the point where I think my friends were almost like sit me down and like, are you being abused? Do we need to talk about something because of all the bruises on my arms and shoulders and stuff?
Do you mean like sexually?
Yeah.
Okay, not out of anger.
No, not out of anger. Like in the throes of passion, I think they say.
Were you a biter, Ashley, as far as... Because I know a couple of girls who had older brothers, and that was their defense.
Yeah.
They would bite them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
It wasn't... Well, I guess it was a long time ago now that I think about it. It's like 5 years ago. One of my ex's best friend, the first time I met him, he thought it was funny to put me in a headlock. I don't know, but I immediately panicked because don't put me in a headlock, and I bit him, and everybody got super mad at me because I left a bruise and all this stuff. And I was like, he put me in a headlock. Sorry. But he had to explain it to his wife, so, that was interesting.
The snake bite you mentioned, Josh. Yeah, that one was surprisingly painful.
There's certain things in life that hurt so bad that make no sense. If you cut a finger off, people give you sympathy and they understand the pain. But if you get a hangnail and it's really bugging you and it hurts like heck, nobody feels bad for you.
They don't care.
No.
But I remember as kids we would go back and forth snake biting each other.
Yeah.
It was a tough guy competition, and it took about everything I had deep down inside, Josh, to mask the pain. All right. So there you go. Next up, here's a guy, and it makes me wonder, whatever happened to stealing things of value like cars and jewelry up there in effing Canada, of all places? A fully grown 28-year-old man allegedly robbed a damn drugstore. Not my first choice. I don't necessarily think of my neighborhood drugstore as being the spot to hit to make some big cash as part of an armed robbery. But I don't know. I don't commit crimes.
Yeah, unless you're stealing the drugs, right?
Yeah, the
You can make
pharmacy.
some if you're hitting the pharmacy.
Right.
I know there's one in town that got robbed so many times they had to close it.
I suppose, yeah, if you're looking for drugs, that's obviously the spot. I was just thinking of straight up armed robbery cash register type stuff. This whack-bag Canadian, I can't even say for sure that he made an attempt to steal anything from the cash register. I don't see anything in the story. It says here he came on into the drugstore with a big old knife in hand and tried to make off with a fistful of plastic toy swords. What are you, in charge of the party favors for a first grader's birthday or what?
Yeah, I mean, you hear people steal toys like Lego or the Pokemon
Pokemon cards is the big one.
because you can make some money on those.
That's different.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's a big black market plastic sword market.
What are you going to a Pirates of the Caribbean themed happy hour, or what's happening? Maybe he was smoking the meth rocks or the fentanyl rocks or
I wonder
something in the form of a rock.
I wonder how profitable it is nowadays to rob a cash register. Is there much cash? I mean,
There
Right.
can't be.
I
I'd
don't
be
think
interested if
so,
somebody
no.
works in retail. Let us know, like the difference. Back in the day, sure,
Well,
the thing
my
would
lo-
be flush with cash.
My local gas station still has quite a few bucks in the cash register. I visit them quite often, and I use cash quite often still. I know I'm in the minority there, but I still use cash as often as I can.
It is kind of weird that there's places that just don't accept it. Seems strange.
Yeah, ballparks now don't accept
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's the one place, I guess, that I can think of. Yeah, when you go to the ball game. Who else doesn't? Can you think of any other joints that don't accept cash?
Concert venues.
Same thing. Arenas.
Yeah, arenas type thing, yeah.
I was at a restaurant that didn't.
Oh yeah.
They didn't accept cash, and then like sometimes it's not a concert venue, obviously, but like some youth tournaments they don't, like at the snack area.
Oh, the snack bar at the wrestling tournament.
Not all of them, but some of them.
But grown men shouldn't be stealing toy swords, right, Josh? I don't know what this guy was up to.
He must have been on something.
Yeah, they caught him. He's in Canadian jail. Oh, this was smart too. He was on probation at the time, so.
Oh, here
Wonderful.
you go. Magic playing machinist Jesus said if they sell lottery tickets, since they're cash only, they'll be kind of cash flush. That makes sense. So the gas station you're going. So gas stations make sense.
Oh,
Lottery tickets are cash only?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
no, me neither. Never played the lottery.
Yeah. Never once. You never bought a Powerball
Nope.
ticket or anything.
Wow.
Never once.
I have only a handful of times. You know, when it's the least likely to win.
Right.
It's like close to $1 billion or something crazy like that.
The only times I've ever played is at my last job when it would get really big like that. They'd say, hey, let's pool some money together. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the guy that doesn't put $5 in and then has to see these a-holes all get rich.
Yeah, definitely, Dana.
Yeah, man. That would hurt like hell.
Oh, God. I'm like, I would never. That'd be it. I'd just go live in the woods.
This is crazy. Ambassador of Rubbish Jesus said ballparks have reverse ATMs where you can put cash in to get a card. I've never heard of that.
Oh, that's awesome because that definitely has happened to me before. Well, especially when they first switched over. I would get there and be like, yep, I got $200. This is going to be a great day. Oh, they take card. Well, how am I supposed to put this cash back on my card?
So people are saying tickets allow cash or debit card. Right. I meant credit card. Yes, you can use your debit card.
What are we, lottery tickets?
Lottery tickets, yeah.
You can buy a lottery ticket with
Because you can't put it on, you can't take out debt, essentially, correct? I think that's the gist.
Yeah, all right. No, I've never played the lottery. I don't get involved in such things.
I've played it quite a bit. My mom got me into it when I was younger, so she used to let me
How often does she
scratch off
play?
her scratch offs. I think every time.
Well, that's great for her.
So Simon says that since places don't have cash anymore, he has to rob hookers nowadays to get to make a big profit. Do they have like Venmo or something?
I'm sure they do.
Probably, yeah. Or like those little squares that can hook up to their phone. You
Who,
just swipe your card.
prostitutes?
Yeah, I wonder are they
I got
high tech?
A couple
A
friends.
QR code on their butt.
Yeah, they just tattoo it on their body.
Well, no, speaking of tattoos, yeah, that's a lot of them. They accept Venmo and stuff now. And same with barbers, too.
Well, that makes sense.
I got a
Because, I
couple
mean, they're a
friends I can
retailer.
ask, Josh, about that prostitute thing. I can ask about if
I wouldn't want any record of that. If
Oh,
I
right.
was on either end of it. I
Right.
think that seems like it should be a cash-only business, but hey, it's 2026.
Again with the monkeys.
Yay.
And I'm not talking about Peter, Davey, Mickey, and Mike. Real live monkeys is where I'm going with this one. Lately, we've been rapping a lot about the forthcoming monkey-human war. The human versus monkey war. The monkeys want this badly. We've talked quite a bit about monkeys attacking humans lately. It is getting ugly out there. I am happy to say that this time around I have nothing ominous or violent to tell you about. It sounds like there's at least one place remaining where the monkeys and the humans get along just fine. And they even share some laughs. In Vietnam, a funny video's going round and round. A video from a popular touristy spot where people come from miles around to play slap ass with the local monkeys. The people pull up and park their motor vehicles. Monkeys come running out the trees. And folks give the little peckerheads a snack. They take some pictures. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, sounds fun.
One tourist who swung by to spend some time with the wild monkeys wanted to make sure he got everything he could out of the experience. He showed up. Number one, he was on a moped.
Love it.
Showed up on a moped wearing a suit made of full-on damn bananas. If you can picture what I'm saying. Dude had bananas taped around his torso, taped around his arms and legs. He was smart enough not to hang any bananas anywhere near his rod.
He kind of looks like a catcher almost in baseball. Like it's
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like catching pads.
Banana chest protector, banana leg pads, absolutely.
It's on 93x.com.
Take a look at this guy on our website. He was smart enough to avoid hanging any bananas anywhere near his pee-pee, because that could have proved to be fatal.
Oh, geez, can you imagine making that mistake? There's one that hangs a little lower than I'd be comfortable with.
From the pictures, this scene looks like a little roadside spot where you can pull your vehicle over and quickly get overwhelmed by monkey poontang. They just crawl all over you. And sure as hell, if when you watch the video of this banana suit guy, the monkeys did come a-running, and they pulled bananas off his banana suit like it was nothing. They weren't scared. They seemed a little confused.
Yeah.
But they weren't scared.
Is this your skin?
Would you want this to be you, Ashley, because you've often made sympathetic comments about the monkeys on this program?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I want them to like me. I would be afraid that once all the bananas were gone, they would still keep trying to pick things off my skin. They're just picking my skin off eventually.
Would you be at all concerned about, well, we were talking earlier, would you be concerned about losing a nipple?
Yeah.
That's only natural.
I didn't think about that at first, but now, yes,
Yeah,
I'm definitely afraid.
Only
Some of them are
natural.
going to be upset. They're starving, and all of a sudden you're out of bananas. They'll start eating whatever they can.
It's so cute to think this guy rode like this on his moped.
Yeah, he did.
Do-do-do-do-do.
All the way through town. Local authorities shut this silliness down pretty quickly. They said it was making the monkeys too crazy. And Banana Man,
They're getting all nervous.
after he got reprimanded, Banana Man got on his moped, and he did roll away.
There's too many bananas.
It's kind of like, when they tell you don't feed wild animals, some places will say don't do that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
As you might expect, stupid social media junkies had their opinions on this gimmick. Some say that the Banana Man ignored wildlife protection rules. They said you're not allowed to feed the local animals at all. Banana Man didn't know that. He forgot, he said. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I heard of that once.
I was so excited about my banana suit.
He knows this crossed his mind.
Oh, that's great.
You
Not allowed to feed the animals? What's the matter with you? Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
My bad.
One of my derelict friends growing up dropped out of high school. And the cops found him wandering through town one day doing nothing. He's a 16-year-old kid. The cops roll up and say, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be in school?" And my buddy said, "Oh, Jesus, yeah, I forgot."
I knew there was something today.
Yeah. A banana hammock, they said, Josh, about this guy's outfit. Banana hammocks.
Never wore one, even out of comedy. I can't imagine that'd be very comfortable.
They look really uncomfortable.
What are we talking about?
Banana hammocks?
Well, yeah, you wore them when you were a kid, didn't you?
No.
Well, you wore boxers when you were a
Well, I thought a banana hammock was
Oh,
more
no.
like those tiny little like.
Yeah, it's got to be made out of like spandex material.
We
Yeah.
have
Be
different
tight.
definitions of banana
Yeah,
hammocks.
tighty whities. It, to me, is a lot different than a banana
Okay.
hammock.
Yeah,
More of a
they're-
Speedo.
Yeah, Speedo. That's the word I was looking
In
for.
my neighborhood, tidy whities and banana hammocks are the same thing.
Yeah, for me, it was more like the Borat type of Speedo look or something.
Scams. Again, we can talk about the scams. There are elaborate scams waiting for us at every turn. The faceless, anonymous, technology-based scams is the main gimmick. You try to send an email, some pissbag steals your bank account. You try to send your wife's best friend a D-pic. Someone steals your identity. It'll bring a player to his knees. Don't look now, but the old-school chicken dick scams that we grew up with are attempting a comeback. The found a mouse in my beer bottle type folks. They haven't gone anywhere, but they've been largely forgotten about amongst the fear of online thieves lurking everywhere. Some of the old-school scammers are still out there. A Mexican restaurant in Houston, Texas, a joint by the name of Fajitas Mexican Grill. They've taken the time to light up a couple of throwback scammers who tried to get a free meal with the old "I found a hair in my food" routine.
I found plenty of hair. I never complained about it. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't care.
The one time it troubled me, Josh, when I found a hair in my food was when that hair went on forever.
Now, my wife has very long hair, and every once in a while that happens. And I don't know how she has any hair left with the amount that you find.
Like in the shower?
Everywhere.
I believe I ordered a big hot plate of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and gravy and green beans at a restaurant one night,
Oh,
Josh.
that sounds awesome.
One of my favorite meals.
That's a great meal right there.
One of my all-time favorites. And I found a hair sticking smooth out that meatloaf. And I was fully prepared to pluck it out of there and continue on with my dinner. And I'm pulling longer and longer and long. And it was wrapped so tightly around the meatloaf that it turned the meatloaf over a few times. Are you following?
Yeah.
And then, but it still wasn't over. It took a route through the potatoes. It took a route through the green beans.
Oh, boy.
I'm talking like a 5-footer.
Okay, that's doing too much then. I would have to send that back.
I can eat around hair, but when it gets in, I didn't even mean it like
Oh, come on!
that. I mean, I am a true eater, but I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't
What
trying to
in
be
the
dirty.
hell?
I was not trying to be dirty. But when it gets in your mouth, and then like you said, where you keep pulling it out like a magician pulling out tied scarves from a magician's hat.
That's the perfect
bad.
way to put it.
I mean, that's where and you're like, my God, how does this keep going? That does gross me out.
That was exactly my experience, except I was just pulling the hair off the plate as opposed to out of my. But I have had that experience too.
Oh, in your mouth, it's gross.
Pulling it out. It didn't match that 5-footer hair from my meatloaf dinner, but I have had some longer hairs. I had to.
Have you guys ever got it wrapped around the little punching bag in the back of your throat?
No.
Piece of hair? Yeah, I've had that happen before. And so you go to pull the hair out, next thing you know, you're like choking. That is one of the top 5 worst pains I've ever felt. It's happened twice.
That's way worse than what I've experienced.
Oh, it's so bad.
I didn't know you could do something like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't either until it happened.
The
You
hanging.
lassoed your uvula.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called?
I think that's what it's called.
I think you're right.
So again, here's a couple at the Mexican restaurant in Houston, and they tried to pull the "I found a hair in my food" routine. How stupid and embarrassing. Well, for normal people, this would be stupid and embarrassing, but some folks have zero shame. Unfortunately, it seems this absolute numbskull couple forgot that these days every restaurant in town has security cameras, and it's easier than saying Jack Robinson for the restaurant staff to review their videos when you accuse them of this or that. So the whole ordeal started when the couple set themselves down for dinner at the joint, and then shortly thereafter, they walk up on the manager and claim that their food was covered in human hairs. So, they want their meal comped. They said their fajitas, Josh, looked like Robin Williams' ass cheeks.
Oh, I bet that's pretty bad. I'm going to base it on his forearms and knuckles.
Yeah.
The restaurant folks said, well, that's a damn shame. Give us a minute. They rolled back the video, and I'm sure they weren't shocked at all. I'm sure they've been scammed like this before. They see that this moron couple is plucking hairs out of each other like a couple of orangutans and then placing their own body hairs on the fajitas. Just because they're nice people, and also partially because they just wanted these two losers to leave and hopefully never come back, the restaurant comped the meals of these two low-life ball bags, but afterwards they hopped up onto social media and said, please be aware, we are a small family-owned restaurant trying our best to keep our doors open. We understand that eating out isn't affordable for everyone, but faking issues to get free food hurts small businesses more than you realize. For us, it's income we simply can't afford to lose.
That really is too bad now, that companies have to just give in to people they know are scamming them because they don't want to get review bombed or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Will that statement have any effect on losers who pull lame capers like this? No, because people like that only ever think of themselves, but, there you go. What else have you found in your food and you were able to fight through it, Josh?
I've been pretty lucky. Outside of hair, I haven't really... Well, my wife tried to kill me with broken glass once.
Oh, yeah.
Not too long ago.
How about a thumbnail?
No, luckily.
How about a fake eyelash?
Nope.
How about some plastic?
Oh, you know what? That does ring a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had plastic in there.
I've had a few microwave meals where I didn't quite take care of all the plastic that surrounded it.
I thought of another
whatever.
one. Tinfoil.
Oh!
I've eaten some tinfoil by accident.
Ouchie, that would hurt.
Like I got mixed up with a potato, right? I don't.
Sure.
Do you call it a baked potato if it's?
You call
cooked
it
on a
whatever
grill?
you want. Yeah. Yeah, one time I was trying to chew my way through a microwave bucket of spaghetti or something, and I was chewing on hot, wet plastic.
Ooh.
That's my own fault.
Yeah. User error.
The thought of chewing on tinfoil makes me want to throw up. It's like that. It's like nails on chalkboard.
I can't get enough of it now.
I hear that's very
pica.
very painful. Like it's.
If you've had cavities, it is.
Yeah. If you have teeth issues, that
I'll bet
you get that tinfoil in there,
I don't like
it'll
it.
send you through the roof.
I just.
Through the friggin' roof.
I've had a
So uncomfortable.
bug fly in.
Bugs.
I don't like that.
Bugs. I can flick a bug off a meal. Even a dead bug, I can flick a bug off. I'll go ahead with that. Mouse pizza, whatever you got.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I have herpes.
I couldn't see it, and then it's so there.
Don't kiss me.
I will say, don't blame it on someone's chapstick. It's okay.
I don't care.
So let me get this straight. That's the voice of a young lady named Sophie Cunningham. Does she not play in the WNBA?
Yeah, for the fever.
And she has herpes?
Well, she's joking that she had a cold sore, a.k.a. herpes, she's saying.
I read the story. I didn't really understand what was going on. And some people were mad at her because they perceived it to be making fun of people with herpes?
No,
That's so weird because it technically is considered to be herpes,
Right.
isn't it?
right.
It's
That
like
was her joke, right? I remember the first time somebody told me that, yeah, you got herpes. I'm like, what, a cold sore is herpes? That's hilarious.
Give the gal a break.
Yeah.
So what was the end result? She was just joking
She
around.
was just joking around.
All right.
She was on her she has a podcast called
Oh, really?
Show Me
Of course,
Something.
An athlete has a podcast?
Yeah, people have podcasts nowadays. And so she mentioned she used some chapstick at a youth basketball tournament in Missouri, and she ended up with a herpes on her face.
Well, it happens. God, I remember playing slow pitch softball back in the day, and one of our, you meet in the parking lot beforehand and get drunk.
Yep.
And one of our buddies drives up, gets out of his pickup. He had a friggin' herpes on his lip the size of a monkey fist.
Oh, man.
Oh, it made for the most fun couple of weeks there, you know what I mean, until it finally faded.
I'd call in a replacement player if I were him. Just so you didn't have to deal with the ball busting.
He didn't look terribly confident walking up on the circle of dudes, but oh, man, that was fun.
There was a kid in my daughter's class who had one so long, they had to operate on it to remove it. It just wouldn't go away. right on the lip, and it was huge. It was like a big pizza crust bubble
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, yeah, that's what our dude looked like. They had to cut it off for this kid, you know. They had to cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like almost the whole school year, poor kid.
Oh.
God dang. I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that's got to cut off a herpy. Those doctors have a tough gig. Where are we going with this? Not much happened last night. I can tell you this much. Tonight, skis, you got Timberwolves Chicago Bull.
Timberwolves.
Playing at Target Center. Man, Bear Pigs play at home tonight. Play home tonight is how you say it. They're playing Detroit. 8:45.
Oh, perfect.
Please.
Right.
I'm always up at that time.
Just no.
Randy Shaver will be here in a half hour, and we can cover much more. We were talking about finding things in our food. Hairs, this and that. You want to... Our listeners texted in and told us about some of the things they found in their meals. Cigarette butts.
Gross.
A full latex glove under my dinner. They finished the meal, right? Big plate.
That had to be there on purpose.
Some kind of casserole or whatever. And there's a full latex glove.
How do you not notice that when you're scooping it?
Well, because it was under the meal. You know what I mean? He couldn't.
No, I mean the people that prepared the plate.
Yeah, I don't know. This is how a listener puts it. An earring, at least I prayed to God that the ring fell off of an ear and not something else. How the hell does this happen, Josh? Someone finished their dinner at a restaurant and found a car key.
I win! That's like an old radio contest.
Yeah. You got a new Viper.
Yeah.
Found a car key. The cook goes home that night trying to get in his apartment. The cook goes out to the parking lot. He's trying to go home. Can't. Got no. The hell is going on around here? And everyone's mad at us for bringing up the idea of biting into tinfoil.
I didn't know that was going to be such an issue. You're right. I apologize. I brought it up. I didn't mean to upset anybody.
Told you.
You chewed some tinfoil for a while once while you were tearing a baked potato apart.
Yeah, I swallowed some.
Ashley, new gal over here, is in the corner puking her guts out just hearing us talk about chewing on tinfoil. And like Dana said, I heard that if you have cavities or molars or what, if you bite tinfoil, it'll be your shoes will come off. It'll hurt so bad. So a few people are mad at us for bringing this up. They've got this sensation now they can't shake.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
True story. Josh quit chewing Copenhagen. He switched from Copenhagen to Reynolds Wrap. And it helped you kick the habit,
Yeah,
didn't
it did.
Yeah. We got to take a break. Cubby's got some more news for you here coming up.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet, host of the #1 podcast, Insight with Chris Van Vliet. On the show, I sit down with the biggest names in pro wrestling, sports, film, and beyond. These are real, long-form conversations that go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with people like John Cena, The Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, and more. We talk mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. This is Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
In the 60s, I made love to many, many women, often outdoors, in the mud and the rain. And it's possible a man slipped in, would be no way of knowing.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
No, we can't have 5-year-old kids doing stuff like that.
Few ideals are...
Like what, Josh?
I'll tell you.
Word.
Few ideals are held more clearly than teaching a child the worth of honest work, the worth of an honest day's work. Though it grows awkward when the workplace requires latex gloves, hot wax, and unclothed adults. A Tennessee mother is hoping a judge will spare her after allowing her 5-year-old daughter to wax dozens of women's fur fissures and excrement egresses.
What they have is somebody who made a mistake, who has remedied that mistake, is back on track, and the criminal justice system does not need to be involved.
What the hell happened? A young kid was waxing gals'
Beeves.
vaginas?
Yeah.
Take the kid away.
How old of a kid?
5.
Boy or a girl?
Girl.
F.
A law enforcement official said they received a series of complaints about a viral Instagram post showcasing 30-year-old Jasmine Moss's waxing business. In some photos, her daughter was depicted applying hot wax to the pubis of enough nude women to create a pelt out of pubes.
Oh, my God.
Detectives and Moss's daughter helped apply hot wax to over 24 clients for more than 8 hours, which amounted to an unruly thicket of pubic hair. The post read in part, "She literally helped me wax 24 clients starting from 7:25 a.m. to 5 p.m. She made $744.
$740.
That's good money.
And I'm going to put that money toward whatever her future dreams and aspirations are," the mom posted. During the initial anger over that post, the Tennessee Department of Commerce said they received 86 different complaints about the business owner. However, the defense believes the case should be dropped.
How the hell could you do that to a kid?
Certainly some questionable parenting, but does it amount to a crime? Her lawyer, Blake Ballin, said. Nice.
Ballin'.
He's ballin'.
Yeah.
Our position is it does not. They investigated this, and the child is still in Miss Moss's custody, Ballin said.
I don't get it.
In light of that request, the judge overseeing the case said it appears your attorney and the state will see how this can be resolved, and they may need some time to see how it will ultimately play out.
Holy cripes.
Yeah. And I'd imagine that probably wasn't a one-day deal, right?
No, definitely not.
Maybe that was the first time.
Josh, we're pretty tight, you and I. From the get-go, really. We hit it off right from the get. If I came into work tomorrow and told you that I've got a waxing business on the side, you'd probably be a little surprised. But let's just get beyond that. And if I told you my 5-year-old son, little Donnie, was waxing guys' rods and beeholes all day long, you would call Child Protective Services so fast it would, and we're best friends, and you'd call somebody about that.
I'd certainly consult like a Ryan Pasiga and ask, how much trouble is my friend in here? This is wrong.
I mean, you got to be out of your mind.
Yeah, it seems pretty wrong to me. After discovering that,
and again, you grew up with a nudist family.
Well, yeah,
that's
not mine
crazy.
specifically, but a buddy of mine's. Yes, they were nudists.
That still just throws me into a panic.
And shaving habits were different back then, Ashley. It's not like it is today. I mentioned before, my sister-in-law has like her own salon, and part of that is to take care of that area for folks. So my wife would go there to take care of business, and I always thought that was awful strange.
So her own sister is waxing her brown star for her.
Well, I don't know if she's going back there. I think it's more up front, but
that's wrong.
Yeah, she hasn't done that in a while, gone there, but to me, I thought, well, I don't have that relationship with one of my siblings.
I don't really know how to feel about that.
Yeah, you and your brother aren't. You take care of mine, I'll take care of yours.
No, I wouldn't even shave his back if he asked me to.
I don't know. Sisters are so different.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She's like, it's different.
Yeah, no, it isn't. You have. I'm sorry, but I would love a recap, and I'm sorry that I forget this every time. But you would go and spend time at a friend's house as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old?
Yeah, for a few years.
Okay, right.
I would just take the bus home with him, and we'd hang out.
You would go spend time with this friend of yours, and his mother and father would freely walk naked in front of you.
Yeah, mostly the mom. The dad was at work, and the mom ran a daycare. So she'd be naked.
That's the craziest part.
She'd be naked around little kids, and then us as, still little kids, as preteens there.
So, did you ever inform your parents of
No, I was too scared to tell them.
Okay.
I was very uncomfortable, so I'd always say, hey, let's go up to your room, and play. And
There's no way that the parents of these children she was caring for, there's no way they knew that she was walking around naked, correct?
I can't
There's no
imagine.
way.
I mean, I never asked. She did tell us one time, because I had asked my friend, I'm like, hey, I'm pretty uncomfortable with this. This is odd. And he must have told his mom, and she sat me down. Now, she was clothed when we had this conversation and told me, it's natural, and kind of went through all the
That's not her job.
the things someone's, who might be into that would tell you.
So, looking back now, would you ever send your kid to be cared for by someone who did that in front of them?
No, and I know had I told my parents, they never would have. I just didn't know how to bring it up. We didn't talk about that kind of thing growing up. Nothing sexual. Nothing like that.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Knowing you the way that I do, I can believe
I couldn't even imagine bringing something like that
You
up.
did not have a lot of open sexual conversations in
no.
in your household.
Not at all.
I'm sorry that I make you recap this so often, but I forget the details, and I am so fascinated by that.
Yeah, it was odd, to say the least.
I can't even imagine, man. Was the mom somebody you would want to see naked at that age?
At that age, I wasn't
Christ.
paying too much attention. Or maybe, I don't know how to say that. I wasn't super horny yet. I don't know what else to say.
I guess I couldn't remember exactly what age you said. I thought maybe you were like 12, 13 or something.
I didn't really. I was a little later of a bloomer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 12, 13. If you would have put a full-on naked lady in front of me, I would have been... My pants would have broken.
Oh, yeah, I was a late bloomer for that.
You weren't, as you just put it a minute ago, you weren't super horny. And there's one more word. You weren't super horny yet.
No.
At that point. I was beyond super horny as a 12, 13-year-old.
I got super horny eventually.
You eventually got super horny.
Yeah, but I was older. I was older when that happened.
What year did you get super horny?
Age-wise?
Yeah.
14, about
okay,
14, 15.
It was right around the bend.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, so not like 25 or something. You're still in the wheelhouse.
Oh, no, yeah, it started around 14.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't let it go. Who did this lady think she was walking around nude in front of other people's children?
I don't remember the full conversation we had, but when somebody makes themselves out to be more important and meaningful than they should, that's kind of how she was.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't mean to besmirch folks that are in adult nudist colonies, that kind of thing.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, not at all, not at all. So
it's very, very different than what we're talking about. Sure, I can see how some people would take this the wrong way. We're talking about adults who get naked in front of children that are not their own.
Yeah.
Their parents don't know about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that in front of my own. I wouldn't be. I'd be afraid of all the terrible things they'd say about my genitalia.
Well, now I got to go this route now. Coming from a household that did not have any sexual conversations, open sexual conversations, has history repeated itself in your home?
We're more open about that. Not like we don't talk about like we would here, but try and make it. Hey, if you ever have any. I mean, they're not too interested in talking about it with us.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah. No kid is.
Why not? A pro like you?
Yeah.
He doesn't want advice from the master? The woodsman. Refer to yourself as the woodsman.
Just like sarcastically.
You ever got any questions for the boss? When it comes to banging, you come and see Daddy.
I would say, people are way more open about it nowadays.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and I had questions I wanted to ask, but I just knew I couldn't. I had some questions.
What were some of your questions?
Oh, I wanted to know if you could run out.
Oh, yeah, I remember you bringing that up once.
Like if I knew I wanted to have kids at some point, and I thought, do you only have a certain amount here, or what happens?
Yeah, the tank is empty if you crank it too many times.
Yeah. So I thought I better make sure I'm careful here.
The one sex talk my brother and I had with our dad went like this. We were about 16 years old, my brother and I. We were leaving for a keg party, and as we were as our asses were almost out the door, the old man sitting at the bar with a cigarette, his bar, not a public, in the house, smoking a cigarette. He goes, "Hey, before you guys go, you're wearing those rubbers, aren't you?" And we said, "Well, yeah," even though that was a lie. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Well, good. I don't want any friggin' babies." That was it. That was the only.
That's enough.
Yeah. That was enough for me. Yeah.
Almost had a sex talk with my dad. In 6th grade in school, we read Judy Blume's "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret."
Yeah.
And, they talked about some adult things, I guess, as I remember as a kid. And so I'd asked my dad about some of them, and he wouldn't really share anything with me.
He wanted the conversation to end as soon as possible?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was like, we were talking about, like, having kids in school and stuff. And I asked my dad, I'm like, well, when he told me, he kind of confirmed the process, I was disgusted. Like, yuck. Why would somebody do that?
Well, you still have pretty much the same feeling about it.
Yeah, a lot of guilt, too.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, how do you know when it worked? And he's like, I'm like, well, how do you know? I wanted to know specifically, like, is there a time or how do you know? And he wouldn't tell me, And to this day, I'm kind of glad he didn't.
So it's like when you're cooking a turkey and the little thing pops or something.
That's what I wanted. Like, what's the sign here? Does she say, "Hey, I'm pregnant," or what happens?
Oh God!
I declare pregnancy.
I'll tell you what. I'm terrified to even look at texts after this conversation.
Yeah.
You guys tell me if there's anything I need to know.
Yeah,
I'd imagine I'm getting just torn apart.
You know what? I'm going to go over there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look at the text.
Just be nice to me, please. I'm vulnerable. After discovering that her estranged husband euthanized her 2 treasured rescue dachshunds, a devastated British dog owner did the only thing a person can do in that situation. She borrowed a brutal page from Smashley's playbook, reached for a knife, and stabbed his ass. That woman is 64-year-old Claire Bridger, who later found herself on trial for attempted murder after stabbing the man she'd been married to for nearly 4 decades in the chest and stomach.
She double tapped.
He killed her dogs?
Yes. He's got a reason, and you can tell me
he's got a reason.
Thoughts. He has an excuse, he said. By then, the couple had been separated for about a year. During that time, the dachshunds stayed in the care of her ex. After the breakup, he found himself unable to keep the pets. They were described as having behavioral issues, and after unsuccessful efforts to find someone willing to take them, he decided to have them put down. A registered school nurse, Bridger, told the court earlier this month that the months leading up to the attack had been grueling. She said she struggled to cope with the separation and was pushed over the edge when she learned the dogs were dead. She testified she temporarily had amnesia, brought on by the stress and some alcohol, and said she lost it after discovering the couple's beloved dachshunds had been put to sleep. The mother of 2 said she never intended to kill the man, though admitted she definitely intended to stab his ass.
Wait, so it's been 1.5 years and she's still like going through it?
Yes. Yes, she is.
All right.
They were together for 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years.
Quite the change.
She'll get there eventually.
They never said why she didn't have the dogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If she loves them so much, I would never leave my dogs behind.
She must have been in a situation where she couldn't either.
That's true.
She told the court that her next clear recollection was a neighbor physically pulling her away from her husband and continuing to scream, "He killed my dogs," when police arrived.
She blacked out.
Yeah. Luckily, he survived. She's scheduled to be sentenced in March.
I do think it's strange that he didn't give her a chance.
I don't know if he did or not. That's what's weird. I read a few stories on it, and it wasn't really clear.
Most people would.
That'd be troubling for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know about stabbing someone with the old, how did you say it, Ashley, the double tap?
Yeah.
Well, you guys know the story about my bro. He found out his dog was dead when he came home from high school, lifted up the trash can on his folks' property to throw a pop away, and his dog was in there.
Jesus. Yeah. That'll stay with you.
Yeah, that's so dark, dude.
That's going to come up in a therapy session one day.
And
how's that guy doing?
He's fine. You guys all have met him, I'm sure. He walks into his dad and says, "What the hell's going on?" And his dad says, "What are you talking about?" Well, Ernie's in the trash can. And the dad said, "Well, yeah, he's dead. What do you want me to do with him?"
You didn't even put him in a bag?
No, they put him in the trash can.
Should I have recycled him? What's the problem?
His dad said, "What am I supposed to do with a dead dog? Mount it on the wall? He's dead."
Here's a couple random dogs and cats facts for you. 36th President of the United States Lyndon B. Johnson had 2 beagles. He named them him and her.
Oh, Jesus, that's stupid.
I kind of like it.
During World War I, the British had 500,000 cats enlisted in the Army.
What?
Mostly to kill rats on ships or bases.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one. But that's fascinating.
You're right into one of those cats. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, right. I'm picturing they got like little dog tags.
You go up and
They
salute
celebrate
them.
Veterinarians Day. One of them, named Simon, even got a Medal of Valor for surviving a brutal attack and continuing to kill rats. And get ready to party. Today's National Answer Your Cat's Question Day, designed to encourage cat owners to pay closer attention to their feline companions' subtle cues, behaviors, and vocalizations to better understand the needs and deepen the bond by imagining just what question, if your cat could talk, it might ask.
I'd probably be wondering what the hell this baby thing is at the house.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And maybe feed me more. Something.
What
Yeah,
question?
she's iffy about it.
You have to imagine what question your cat might ask. Wow. I have no idea. I'm still picturing this cat on a battleship in World War II.
Yeah. Also,
and then-
what kind of attack did this cat get into?
Well, like probably a torpedo attack, on a ship, or trading fire with a airplane, that kind of. I'm sure that's what they mean. And that cat, I mean, what a lucky bastard. Everyone else on the boat is terrified for their lives, and the cat, being a stupid cat, is just going, wow, pretty loud around here.
If I was a soldier, I would be completely useless because I'd be so focused on the well-being of all the cats. Are they safe?
I would, too. I think I probably would be very protective of the animals.
Some guy's dying, bleeding out, and Ashley's protecting the cats.
Yeah.
Just giving a cat mouth to mouth.
Ashley's got a ball of twine in the corner of the ship playing with the cat.
Oh, look at you guys see that?
How did they keep finding our ships? Well, Ashley's over there with a laser pointer, lighting up the deck just to play with the cats.
Ball of yarn.
Netflix adds a new comedy series today titled Free Bert, with comedian Bert Kreischer
Buckle up, Ashley.
Oh, I'm excited.
turning his stand-up persona loose in scripted form.
Does he take his shirt off?
I would imagine so.
I don't think he really does that too much anymore. I guess
Sorry, I
haven't-
blew up.
I haven't really noticed, but he lost like a bunch of weight, so it's not as funny anymore.
I'm sorry.
You're in too good a shape. It's not funny
Yeah,
anymore.
nah.
It's weird. I'm glad you brought that up because just this morning I was reading a stat that airlines are predicted to save several $100 million a year because of Ozempic.
That's crazy.
With so many people losing weight
I know some
and fuel
people on that.
costs, to be
Wow,
specific.
that is bananas.
That
That
is
somebody did that arithmetic.
I know.
No kidding. We're really.
I'd imagine it was the people who make Ozempic. I don't know.
A lot of us are really thinning out, aren't we? We're all dialed into
Yeah.
that Ozempic.
The show follows Kreischer as he stumbles.
You should probably try some of it.
Oh, don't do that, Josh.
I'm starting with diet and exercise. It's a last resort.
I'll get you a bucket of that Ozempic.
The show follows Kreischer as he stumbles through the polished rituals of Beverly Hills after his daughters enroll at an ultra-exclusive private school, forcing him to navigate high-status snobs, social codes, and a world that treats his unfiltered family mayhem as a minor offense.
Kind of tired of watching Josh try to squeeze through the studio doors here every morning.
They're putting in bigger doors.
I did. Ashley and I recommended bigger doors.
They're doing it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
They're going to do it. They won't buy us new microphones, but they are going to make it easier to get in here. Tonight on HBO, part one of a two-part special about the life and career of actor, comedian, and director Mel Brooks, called Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
F me running.
Part two airs tomorrow night, and opening in limited release, a new music documentary about the band Megadeth called Megadeth Behind the Mask in theaters today only.
What? In movie theaters?
Yeah.
A movie about Megadeth?
Yeah, yep.
F me.
Frontman Dave Mustaine reflects on 40 years of the band and the one-night-only event. Featuring career-spanning interviews, he premieres the band's final album with exclusive track-by-track insights on their final studio album. Megadeth, whose new album is released tomorrow.
You know one Megadeth song lyric that I just can't get over because I think it's so cool sounding? I'm going to say it, and you're going to tell me the song, Josh. Are you ready?
I'm probably not if it's a lyric.
Until all is lost, personal holocaust.
I couldn't tell you.
Foreclosure of a dream.
Dang it, I was even going to guess that.
How the hell do you not know Foreclosure of a Dream?
I know Foreclosure of a
Don't
Dream.
fight.
I love that song, but I did not know.
I thought I said that pretty Dave-like, too.
Not bad.
I liked whatever it was.
Wasn't that written about Minnesota farming or something? I thought
Good question.
Dave told us that at one point.
Until all is lost, personal holocaust, foreclosure of a dream.
Megadeth.
That's pretty good Dave Mustaine right there, if I could say so myself.
Megadeth is opening for Iron Maiden this fall on Maiden's Run for Your Lives World Tour.
You're going to cry like a child.
Oh, I know.
And I'll be right there with you.
What a great show that's going to be.
Yeah.
Plus, I really want to check out that new Mystic Lake Amphitheater where that show will be held. Before we go, and I'm sorry we're running so late, WNBA All-Star
Who cares?
Caitlin Clark is 24, celebrity chef Guy Fieri 58, Exorcist star Linda Blair 67, and original Journey singer and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Steve Perry 77.
Steve Perry.
QA Jesus text in a shout-out to the Becker and Foley Fire Departments who fought a house fire last night. He said they got done about 1 a.m. this morning and, quote, it was cold as F.
Oh,
I bet it was. Is there a chance they add Steve Perry to that Maiden Megadeth program?
Can you imagine? He opens the whole show.
Oh, just get me a bucket.
That's too much good stuff. One Away Jesus would like to shout out the city of Zimmerman. They had a 7-year-old girl abducted last night. Maybe you saw that story.
Yep.
And he said, I think every citizen showed up looking, and they did find that child safe, thankfully. And I lay anything fuzzy flooring, Jesus. Message the Luther Bloomington Kia text line. A happy
Did you just fall and die?
Are you okay, Dana?
He has to go plug in the thing.
Oh,
okay.
no. Should I go slower?
Yeah, maybe give him some extra time.
And we've been running so late. He wanted to say happy birthday to his cabin brother, Joe P. Where is he?
Joe
You want
P,
some
what's
more?
up?
I can sing some more Megadeth to you.
We can never have too much Megadeth. There he is.
Hey, we're good.
Randy Shaver.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
So Eric Furlat, longtime official, he's a good one. He goes to the intermission, he watches the video, and he says, oops. So what do? You come out before the period starts? He says, Lane, my bad. I missed that one. And when a ref says that, you can't really be mad. You can be frustrated, but you can't be mad at him. It's like, I screwed up. I missed it. We got to move on. And so that recognition always goes a long way with the players.
Oh, you bet it does. Hello, Randy Shaver.
Hello.
Yeah, that little audio clip is related to our broski, Marky Foligno, in that hockey game the Pigs played in Montreal a night or two ago. I didn't see this when it happened in real action, but a lot of folks have been texting in that you got to watch this video. Mark Foligno, skating around this way, that way for the Pigs the other night, he just straight up He just straight up fell down.
It looked like he was tripped the way he fell.
Like a mite playing at 6 a.m. at your neighborhood rink. He just fell down for no good reason, Marcus did. Well, the referee imagined that a Canadian player must have tripped him, calls a penalty on this Canadian player, sends him to the penalty box. I've never seen a hockey player look more confused than this Montreal player was. Like, I think you actually in the video you see him say to the ref, "Me?"
Yeah, he didn't look mad. He was very confused. But I mean, there are certain angles. I saw a bunch of videos from different angles. It kind of looked like that's what happened. But when you see like a good angle, it's nowhere near close to what happened.
He wasn't anywhere near Foligno.
Not at all.
Foligno just fell down. And this is something, of course, we can talk to him about next week. And that's the audio of the play-by-play guys discussing what happened. The referee, what did they say his name is? Doesn't matter. The referee later on skated up to skated up to the Canadian player who he called the penalty on and said, yeah, I completely effed that one up. I know you weren't anywhere near Foligno. That is one of the cool things about NHL officials is they'll call themselves out pretty quickly over a bad call, and everyone gets over it. Players are able to get over it, especially when nothing happened as a result. Right. And nothing did happen as the result of that situation in Montreal. We got Marcus has been a real center of attention lately. We're very much looking forward to talking to him next week. He's had lots going on.
He's got a lot going on. Yeah,
he's got a lot going on lately.
You know, the game, even the NBA, the games go so fast. The action happens so fast that I think you have to give these officials a little bit of grace sometimes, just because it is a very difficult thing to do, to officiate. I think in this day and age of professional sports, especially those two sports, things just happen so fast.
You know, I have a very difficult time giving NBA officials any grace
I
at
know
all.
you do. I know you do, but I still think that
I struggle so badly with that.
The game is just, it's changed so much. It's just such a fast game now.
Game in, game out, I struggle so badly with NBA officials. I'm trying, Randy Shaver.
I understand.
But I'm still going to call them the worst officials in the world today. Work for the National Basketball Association. Back to hockey. The Pigs play a home game tonight, not until around 8:45 or so.
Yep, the late game tonight.
And they play Detroit, who I understand. I haven't looked at the standings or anything, but I understand the Red Wings are having a good year. Okay. 8:30, 8:45, somewhere's in that neighborhood over at the home rink. Pigs, Red Wings. So maybe someone can tell me if you have the NHL standings in front of you. I thought they were a first-place team for a start.
They're tied for first with the Lightning in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Didn't they just play last night?
I have no idea.
Is this a back-to-back? Maybe not.
The Wild the Red.
No, I'm talking about Detroit. I think didn't they play
Yeah, that's
last
what I'm saying.
night?
Yeah, the Red Wings, they won in overtime last night against the Maple Leafs.
Yeah. You don't see back-to-backs too often in the NHL anymore.
Well, it goes that schedule thing where they got to cram as many games in as possible because of the Olympics coming up.
Trying to get her done before the Olympics is the situation they're in. Okay. Maybe Marcus will do something unique tonight on the ice. Here's a little something. Speaking of the Olympics, Florida Panthers defenseman Seth Jones will miss the Olympics. He's been a standout American defenseman for many years, has made quite a few of those international clubs, if my memory serves me correct is how to say it. He's hurt. He can't play. He'll be replaced on Team USA by Anaheim Ducks defenseman Jackson Lacombe from right here in town, I believe. Went to Eastview High School.
Yes, that's true.
Jackson Lacombe.
The pride?
The pride of Eastview. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to Shattuck. Then he went to the U. So he'll be jumping in there with Brock Faber and Booger and some other characters playing on Team USA. What do you think about that, Randy Shaver? That's a nice little...
That's awesome. More Minnesotans, the better.
Nice little something. This could be the liquor talking, but Seth Jones, the son of Popeye Jones?
No.
Yeah, I believe I'm correct about that.
Oh, man.
Son or nephew of Popeye Jones. Popeye Jones was a NBA player for a long time, like a sixth-man type player.
Yes.
Wasn't always a starter, but came off the bench.
Okay.
And Seth became this terrific professional hockey player.
Yeah. Seth and Caleb, both of his kids are professional hockey players.
Oh, right. There's two of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Popeye. How did he...
Wow. Listen to this little fact I read on Wikipedia. During Jones' tenure with the Nuggets as Popeye Jones, he approached Joe Sakic of the Avalanche about his son playing ice hockey. Sakic advised the elder Jones to enroll his sons in skating lessons first before they just threw him out on the ice and they had played hockey.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
He approached Joe Sakic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was in one of the right cities to get his kids started on hockey.
Denver?
He could have been playing for the Miami Heat or something.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? If his kids had interest.
I bet you hockey's come a long way in the last 25 years in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this much. One of my best pals, one of my favorite people growing up, played on some hockey teams together. He cared more about his drugs than honing his hockey skills, this friend of mine. But just a wonderful guy. We always had a riot. This is early 90s. he moved to Colorado. So the Avalanche weren't a thing yet. Not until, when did they move from Quebec? 96?
Around there, yeah.
Right. So this pal of mine, who, again, decent hockey player, nothing spectacular, moves to Colorado and joins a men's league, and he's dangling fools like he is Joe Sakic, right? He's wiping the floor with these fools in this Colorado men's hockey league. He had dudes pull him aside saying, yeah, where'd you go to college? Where'd you play hockey? He's like, dude, I played nowhere. But at least 35 years ago, whatever this is, 30 years ago, that was the difference, I think, between the average Minnesota hockey player and the average Colorado hockey player.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I bet that's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
With that professional club being in town for so long now.
So we were talking about Popeye Jones, former NBA player. He's got 2 kids in the NHL. Here locally, obviously, we know who Trent Tucker is. His kids are huge into hockey, and he's turned into a hockey dad now. And he talks about, he goes, never in a million years would I think I'd be spending this much time in ice arenas.
Yeah. One of my favorite people ever, Randy Shaver, Trent Tucker.
For sure. Great.
One of the nicest guys ever.
A fun listen for NBA analysis when he was doing Timberwolves games.
Was there anything better than when he and Kevin Harlan? And my favorite thing about Trent Tucker were his hard R's.
Yes.
He had very hard R's in his delivery. And that's why I was rolling on the floor watching the Wolves years ago when he said, Terry Porter.
Terry Porter
is a very important three-point shooter.
Yes.
He got a lot of them in.
Yes.
He was the color analyst for a lot of the Kevin Garnett games, and he was fabulous.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we were wondering aloud a day or two ago whether or not this brutal cold that's headed our way was going to bone all this hockey day in Minnesota jibber-jabber.
Right, down in Hastings.
I still haven't heard a word, unless I'm missing something.
I think they're gearing up to play everything.
That's crazy.
They can't.
But there's like some pond hockey stuff they canceled.
Yes.
And some of like the hoopla around that
exactly
has been canceled.
We can tell you this much. The first 2 days of the United States Pond Hockey Championships have been canceled due to this grandma-killing cold that's on the way.
That tournament seems to get boned every year.
It's either too hot or too cold.
It does. You're right. It does.
A beer party was planned for tonight, and over-the-hill donkeys were supposed to start playing pond hockey tomorrow morning. But the organizers don't want anybody dropping dead, so they've put a lid on it. Teams are going to vote, it says here, on an updated schedule, and they'll go from there. But they can't put these high school kids out on a friggin' rink when it's 40 below zero wind.
Haven't they already started some of those, though? Some of those teams have played, right?
Right, but I'm talking about come tonight through Sunday.
Right.
I mean, I don't care who you are. I got plenty of buddies who have high school-age kids, some of them who play high school hockey. I can't think of one of them who's going to put on his little Wyzetta hat and sit outside when it's 40 degrees below zero to watch their kid play.
Right.
That would be crazy. So I'll be shocked if they actually go through with this on Saturday when the main hockey day, kicks in. What do they got here? Hastings versus someone called Park. Hastings versus East Ridge, who clearly has the advantage. Right? Oh, no, you went to East View. Sorry. Rock Ridge, St. Thomas Academy. There's no way. But we'll see. I know if I was running things, I'd say no.
What is the projected low for Saturday?
Like regular temperature, like 12, 13 below, wind chill, 35, 40 below.
Yeah. There's got to be a cutoff there. There's got to be some.
Yeah.
Again, when they send cross-country skiers out in some events and it gets to a certain point, they just say, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I know some schools have said they're going to close.
Do you anticipate that my godson school, do you anticipate they'll call it tomorrow?
I don't know. So there was like a meeting last night, unrelated. It was just kind of like before high school parents meeting, and they mentioned don't be surprised if on Friday, because they're supposed to start registering if on Friday we close the school.
Yeah.
So they're certainly saying it's a possibility.
And a few people are texting in. When we had this conversation a couple of days ago, we know. But a few people are texting in, well, what about this hockey day from 7 years ago? It was 20 below. What about this one? Yeah, we had that conversation. They have played in some pretty ridiculous conditions for this little happy-ass hockey day thing. But I don't know. I just think it's going to be just too much to ask of kids and parents.
Right.
And the people who have to work. The dude on the Zamboni.
Yeah. I didn't think about those
the
people.
people tearing tickets and whatnot. I mean, it's just that's.
And keep in mind, Nick, that these communities, it's like a 2-year process. You're named Hockey Day Minnesota host like 2 years ago. So Hastings has been planning this for. I have a buddy who does the Brainerd, I think, is next year.
Yeah.
Up in Brainerd. Well, they've been planning for like 2 years. So, I mean, imagine planning for all this time to have this great event in your community. And yeah, we all know that the weather can be a factor in just about every outdoor sporting event in Minnesota. It just depends on the time of year. But how disappointing is that going to be for the people that put all this together, hoping to get big crowds and get a lot of fanfare and have this in your community, and then it basically could get wiped out because of the cold.
Yeah.
So.
Someone texted in and said that what day is it today? Thursday. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's events have already been canceled. I don't know if that's true, but that's just one text message that came in. Speaking of cold, I'm pushing this on everybody. I pushed it on Josh, Dana, and Ashley already. Randy, you got a lot of downtime over there at the Gray Hair Hotel. A movie called Society of the Snow. It's on Netflix. I found it the other night. It's a grittier, more real telling of the story of the Uruguayan soccer team that crashed into the Andes Mountains.
Man. Okay.
It's a great movie.
I know how that ends, so
Well, it ends wonderfully. It does. It does. It has a glorious ending. That's. Someone texted, because I talked about it a couple of days ago, someone texted and said, hey, they tried the movie, but they had to turn it off when there was a scene where one of the players is so hungry he's eating his own scabs.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to turn it off then, too.
I think I'm good.
Players being rugby players on the crashed airplane, not on the ball field. Oh, we got someone
Did you guys grow up with the scab eater? No. We did. It was so gross.
Thankfully not.
Yeah, there was a kid in my class, and no shame. He didn't bother him. He didn't care what anybody said. He wanted that scab, and he wanted it now.
I witnessed some scab eating. I did, Josh, but we didn't have that kid who was known for it.
That's not right.
And by the way, my buddy Dougie fell for it. He texted in and said, Jackson Lacombe went to Eden Prairie. Settle down, Dougie. Sorry, Dougie, it's a joke. We always determine every famous athlete from Minnesota that made it big, they all went to Eastview.
It started with the Jones brothers, Tyus and Trey Jones, and it got to the point where my 8th grade history teacher is now an assistant principal at Apple Valley High School. And he said, he got an email from some old-timers like, there's some punk on the 93X show that claims Tyus Jones went to Eastview. You need to do something about it.
What?
And
especially when some of these, it's so well known where they went to high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious you're being sarcastic.
Yeah, so when he emailed me that, he goes, I figured it was you on the show that was doing it. And he goes, I thought you'd get a kick out of it because he knew me. He knew my sense of humor back in the day.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Neil Broughton, Eastview.
Yes.
All right, I just got a text message from a friend of mine who knows some things and says they're playing the game Saturday, and the organizers of Hockey Day in Minnesota have said there's going to be heated tents and fire pits available throughout the joint to try to keep you from dropping dead.
Okay.
Wait till you see the rosy cheeks on those friggin' kids.
Tom Coughlin times 100.
Yep.
I love rosy
Somebody
cheeks.
said they just want to see Kevin Gorgon a scarf. They think it'd be adorable. Yeah, I can imagine that.
They're all going to have that Tom Coughlin NFC title game herpy face. Yeah.
Grass Janitor Jesus said he works with outdoor Zamboni, the Zamboni Outdoors. And he said when it gets that cold, they're even hard to operate. They don't run very well.
I can believe it. I can. Nothing runs right when it's 30 below.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Randy Shaver. Tonight, Timberwolves, Chicago Bull.
Timberwolves.
7 o'clock over there.
Will they make a deal while the Bulls are in town?
Well, we covered that.
Will they make a deal?
I'd be excited to see it done. I don't know so much it will happen, but
yeah.
Speaking
if anything else, people can get a up close view at what the potential players could be. I mean, Trey Jones is being talked about. You know, we've talked about Kobe White.
Eastview.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah, speaking of all that, you've heard this tune before, but what the hell will let her buck? Yard Barker came up with the 5 playoff caliber NBA teams that can't afford to stand pat.
Yep.
At the February 5th trade deadline, and they brought up the Timberwolves point guard situation, and they mentioned Trey Jones, and they mentioned LaMelo Ball and Ja Morant. But here's the one that I like the most, because I just proclaimed him my new favorite player in the NBA, I think just a week ago, Dennis Schroeder, who currently plays for the Sacramento Kings. And the reason why I declared him my new favorite NBA player is he's the guy who tried to punch baby nuts in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, bring Dennis Schroeder, whatever. Bring him here. And I want to watch him beat them.
I think the Wolves are looking for more of a long-term solution at that position. Schroeder wouldn't be that guy.
No, well, here's what the article says. The Wolves simply need a professional who can defend competently, knock down open shots, and organize the offense when Anthony Edwards needs a breather. But you're right, I think in the grand scheme of things, they could really use a 24-year-old point guard that will stick around for years. Easier said than done.
Correct.
The article.
I think they thought Dillingham might be that guy, but it appears that he's not going to be. So.
Yeah.
And the Wolves are in a position right now. They've lost 3 in a row. They've dropped to the 7th spot in the West. They're trailing the Nuggets by 2 games, and the Nuggets have been without Jokic for like 2 weeks. So they haven't been able to take advantage of Denver being shorthanded.
A little bit of a skid happening right here.
Yep. So this is a big stretch here for the Wolves to try to get this thing back on track.
Especially that terrible fourth quarter they had against Utah. Ooh, the article also mentions Randy Shaver. You know, not the Twins, but the Timberwolves really could go for it and make a deal with Portland for Drew Holiday.
Again, not a long-term solution.
But they'd have to give up Naz Reid.
No way.
No, of course not.
No way.
Yeah, Drew Holiday's pushing 40.
Yeah, that's not a long-term solution.
Catfishing Jesus texted in, don't get Dennis Schroeder. He's a dud. Dude, I don't need him to play basketball very well. I need him to knock baby nuts out cold the next time the Lakers play here in town. And then they can do whatever they want with him. I love you, Catfishing Jesus. Sorry, but I don't need him to play basketball.
He's very knowledgeable about basketball for sure, and
He
many
is.
other things, I'd imagine.
He actually got me a Naz Reid autograph not that long ago.
Sweet.
One NBA team beat the other by 54 points last night.
Well, that's the Knicks deciding they were going to play basketball after getting booed so badly by their fans the other night.
54 points.
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn's a sad state of affairs.
And they beat the Wolves.
Again, I know. This is the Wolves' issue.
Yeah.
Right? They lose about 10 games a year to bad teams.
Yeah.
They just do. It's frustrating.
Hey, Randy Shaver, something we were talking about earlier. You ever find anything in your food? You're out at a restaurant, you're having some dinner, you find a hair or a thumbnail or a Band-Aid or a tampon or a dead rat or a...
Oh, gross, all of it. I have once in a while, but not lately. Why?
Well, because we were having the conversation earlier about things we found in our food. I once had to unwrap what appeared to be one of Crystal Gale's hairs out of and only if you're older do you... Crystal Gale was a country singer back in the 80s who had hair down to her ankles. But I once pulled with my hands. I pulled a hair.
I think Randy caught that reference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
I pulled a hair out of my meal that had wrapped all the way around the meatloaf.
Oh man!
To where when I was pulling the hair out, the meatloaf was rolling on the plate.
Like a yo-yo.
Like a yo-yo. And it went through the mashed potatoes and the green beans.
Oh,
so
gross.
Josh found, what did you find in a glass?
Glass, tin foil. Certainly hair. We were a lot of hair. Everybody's probably experienced that.
Check this out, Randy. Okay, maybe you don't have a story, but check this out. This was a text that came in. In middle school, a listener says, I had a spider, and please don't do the easy sex joke because this is a traumatic moment that a listener is still trying to get. I know there's an easy joke here, but just save it.
All right.
In middle school, a spider crawled out of my taco.
Did you still eat them?
Dude, he's holding the taco. A spider crawls out of his taco.
That's gross.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, bugs. Not a fan.
No.
Bugs. Yeah, you don't like bugs.
Oh, no, yeah.
Not a fan at all.
I've mentioned before, I'll eat around pretty much anything, but I'm throwing that away if there's a bug in it.
You run the other way.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Yeah. Don't blame you.
Which, again, is odd because, as we've covered many times before, you grew up surrounded by insects.
Yeah, maybe that's something to do with it. I grew up in Minneapolis basement. I'm covered in them pretty much every time I woke up. And it was like a wildlife show. There were so many different varieties.
Well, and me too, but I'm kind of like a beast master. I'm kind of like a bug master. I fear none of them. It's almost like I was raised with them. So
they're a part of your family.
Yes, I fear no bugs. Apparently this time it's for realsies, Randy Shaver. Dick Mountain is all done playing baseball.
Oh, boy. End of an era.
And they say here is...
What, 45?
45 years old.
Yep.
Rich Hill, otherwise known as Dick Mountain, had a cup of coffee here with the Twins, but he's had a cup of coffee with damn near everybody. They say his career may never be replicated. Now he's looking to coach or something along those lines, and I'm sure he'd make a good one.
Probably. He's seen a lot.
21 seasons. He pitched in virtually every imaginable role, it says here. Despite averaging just 89.2 miles per hour on his Dick Mountain fastball, 21 years he lasted in the bigs. Even this past season, he pitched a few innings for the Kansas City Royals.
Well, one of the things that allows him to do that, we see that a lot in baseball, is he's left-handed, right?
And he had an incredible curveball.
Yep. Left-handed pitchers last much longer than right-handed pitchers. At least it feels that way, seems that way.
Let me give you the rundown on Dick Mountain. Starting in the year 2005, here are the teams that he played for in order. Chicago Cubs, Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Indians, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the greater Orange County area, public and parochial, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox again, Oakland Athletics, Los Angeles Dodgers, Minnesota Twins, Tampa Bay Rays, New York Mets, Boston Red Sox again, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Diego Padres, Boston Red Sox again, Kansas City Royals.
Imagine if he's one of those guys who are in his basement, he has a jersey for every team he played for hung up.
Yeah.
Maybe a pretty big basement.
Friggin' wallpaper.
Yeah.
Dick Mountain, the one and only Dick Mountain. Did you ever hear the song?
No.
It's because there isn't one. I'm a fan. Good for him. Wow, that's great. 21 years. All right. On to football. Suppose tomorrow we can talk about those title games a little bit if you like. Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula. Pegula?
Yeah.
Terry Pegula. Interesting name. He was recently asked why he decided to fire head coach Corky McDougal over there.
Sean McDermott.
He
does kind of look like a Corky, though.
Corky McDougal.
Yeah.
A lot of folks thought that the owner's answer was pretty amusing. Now, the Buffalo Bills owner admitted that the McDougal firing was because of the playoff loss to the Denver Broncos. And here's what he said. He said, my decision to move on at head coach was based on the results in Denver. He also cited the emotional reaction of quarterback Josh Allen after the game was over. The owner's quote was, I saw the pain and emotion on Josh Allen's face in the locker room. I saw that he had given us everything he had.
Oh.
Now, what folks find so funny about that garbage is that when you look at the ball game, most of the blame for the loss probably should go on the shoulders of Josh Allen.
Right.
He turned the ball over 4 times in the ball game.
Right.
So, the consensus is what Mr. Pagula should have said was that McDougal, just simply can't get over the hump.
It happens. That's part of the issue with this owner. There's also this discussion about he kind of threw McDermott under the bus yesterday at a press conference, talking about the general manager got promoted and the coach got fired, and the reporters asked the general manager about the receiving issue in Buffalo has been a big point of controversy, that they never really gave Josh Allen the kind of receiving help that he needed to be for their offense to be better. And one of those players in question is Keon Coleman, who was drafted by the Bills. And so the GM was asked about Coleman, who turned out to be kind of a dud of a player. And the owner interrupted the beginning of the answer by the GM and basically blamed the coaching staff and McDermott for choosing Coleman, wanting Coleman in the draft. So that started a whole big, and as Dana will testify, started a whole big deal in Buffalo now that the owner has stepped all over McDermott trying to protect this GM, which it should have been the other way around.
Exactly.
The GM did not supply the coach with the kind of players that they needed. So
that's funny stuff.
And it's funny, too, because after that happened, when the quote about Keon Coleman and how the coaching staff pushed to pick him, it wasn't Bean.
Yep.
Bills fans immediately found clips of Bean. They do those behind-the-scenes documentary things before the draft, talking about how Keon Coleman's my guy. If he's there, he's ours, this and that, just hyping the guy up. And this wasn't like interviews. This was just the raw footage of them in the war room.
Right.
So the whole thing's a mess. Mike Greenberg put it best from ESPN. He said, I didn't think there was a chance in hell that somehow the coaching vacancy where you got to have Josh Allen as your quarterback could somehow become less attractive, but they found a way to do it.
and there is some – I think there's a possibility that Josh Allen may not be in Buffalo. I think that is a possibility. It may not happen. But
if I were him, I'd never leave there. Jesus, the owner is completely in love with him, obviously, right? I mean, Allen has a terrible football game. The owner blames the coach. I would never leave. I bet you Josh Allen could murder a litter of kittens in the locker room and no one would say a word.
Yeah, he kind of runs that town.
He runs it, Randy Shaver. He's like LeBron James.
But no, I never in a million years would have thought that Josh would want to leave Buffalo. But after what happened yesterday and stuff, I could see that possibility happening someday.
Yeah.
Does this interest you at all? We talked about Josh's lost interest, Jimmy Garoppolo playing in his 7th conference title game in his career. For the 5th time in his career, Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Davante Adams will play in the NFC Championship game. He's still looking for his first win. Oh, by the way, the guy who had a spider crawl out of his taco got back to us. This was in grade school, at school, and a spider crawled out of his taco at lunch. And he said, you know what the cafeteria ladies did, Josh?
What's that?
They offered him another taco.
Well,
yeah, what else are they going to
do? I wouldn't turn it down.
Here's one without spiders in it.
Spider-free.
Yeah. We were had, Josh, by the William Shatner gimmick.
Yeah, I felt a bit foolish, but it was for whatever reason, it was such a big story that, everybody's talking about this kind of goofy story, this photo, and I never even considered that it could be what it was.
I never think about Super Bowl commercials. I don't
either.
I'm not one of these people who gets, yay, the commercials. I've never cared. So it never entered my mind. So, Randy Shaver, are you in the dark on this?
I am, yes.
Did you see the photo that was kind of going around?
I did not.
William Shatner was photographed behind the wheel of a motor vehicle eating a bowl of cereal.
And I thought it was funny, people online are this is the stuff about online that I like, these goofy arguments. They're deciding what kind of cereal it was, really breaking it down, and sometimes the descriptions were hilarious, how much people time they put into this. But Raisin Bran overwhelmingly was the number one answer.
Yeah, so it was all a Super Bowl ad, or it was all prepping for a Super Bowl ad to run in a couple of weeks.
And it worked. Sure. I mean, they got the attention. I think maybe we even mentioned it, like, why is this such a big thing? But it was just kind of a funny photo. For Kellogg's.
Yeah. Kellogg's, some Kellogg flavor of cereal. William Shatner will be pushing it when you're watching the Super Bowl in an ad. So he was filming the commercial. People were taking still photographs of him behind the wheel eating a bowl of cereal. Oh, and it's going to be, it sounds like the ad will feature a poop joke or two. Randy, you'll be dialed into that.
Yeah, he's been making poop jokes about it.
Fiber and whatnot, old folks struggling to push one out. It'll be that kind of a thing.
Sure. It used to be that those commercials were all big surprises, that they would never give any sort of a preview or a hint or anything. And now I think it's become the fad where you do give hints out. You do give a preview just so that people know that something, is coming, that maybe that's the way that they get them to tune in now. So
you want to hear a cute joke?
A little bit different strategy.
It is. You're right. You want to hear a cute joke? Use Puckback Jesus. Used Puck Bag Jesus said via text. William Shatner's cereal surely isn't Tricks because Tricks
are for kids.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows that.
And William Shatner is 94 years old. Speaking of Super Bowl ads, again, if this is something that you're thrilled by, here you go. Post Malone, who I've heard of. Shane Gillis. I'm not familiar with Shane Gillis.
Comedian.
You'd know him if you saw him.
Yeah,
he is in a lot of commercials.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Peyton's Manning are returning as the big men on the cul-de-sac bit for Bud Light, if that means anything to you.
Uh-huh.
I did used to get kind of excited to see the commercials, but not as much anymore. For what Randy says, is like, a month beforehand, they've already aired them.
Mm-hmm. They already showed them.
Or not even air. I mean, you can just see them online.
Yeah, go on YouTube.
Oh, what is this? More on the William Shatner commercial. It says it'll feature him in a spaceship, a nod to his real-life trip to space aboard a Blue Origin rocket. Does anyone know what I just said?
Yeah, there's some celebrities that have been doing that.
He's gone to space for real?
Yeah, he did.
How did he like it?
I guess I didn't really hear much about his return.
They shoot you up there for what, an hour or two, and then you sink back down to Earth?
Oh, I thought it was
like
very
that.
short amount of time.
Yeah, it's not even an hour or two.
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I know.
He, so he really went up there, Captain Kirk.
10 to 11 minutes, it says here.
10 to 11 minutes?
Yep.
Oh, so that's it. There's some, Josh knows this, there's some Iron Maiden songs you can't even get through in 10 to 11 minutes.
Dream Theater would be another one.
So there you go, Randy Shaver. Oh, tomorrow's the final. It'll be about 40 below zero when we talk to you tomorrow.
One last note before we go.
Yes.
Brian Flores has agreed to a contract, so the Vikings will keep him as long as he doesn't get a head coaching job.
Yeah, I thought that part was very funny. It's kind of like you ask a girl to prom, and she's like, yes, but if a more popular guy asks me, then I'm going to go with him.
I get a better offer, essentially.
Tell me the stipulation again. The Vikings have rehired him.
They have signed him to a contract extension, which will be in place unless he gets a new head coach. Unless he gets a head coaching job.
That just seems like it's not even really a big deal then.
So he has an out.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
He's been interviewing all over the place.
But he has signed a deal. He didn't have a deal previous. He was kind of a free agent, but he signed with the Vikings unless he gets a head coaching job. So I know Viking fans will be thrilled about that because he did such a great job with their defense. So. And the Brewers traded Freddie Peralta last night, which is a monster deal in Major League Baseball because Peralta helped the Brewers get to where they needed to get last year.
Dodgers, let me guess. Dodgers?
Mets. Nope, traded to the Mets.
It's always the Dodgers or the Mets.
Yep, got a couple of prospects, and it's going to end up being a really good deal for both teams because the Mets get a frontline pitcher, and the Brewers get two really good prospects that'll be around for about 10 years. So this is kind of what the Brewers do, right? They get these great players, they have fabulous years, and then they trade them, they get prospects, and they start over. And
it's the old Montreal Expos bit.
Yep. They just seem to rebuild every year. So.
All right, Randy Shaver, get yourself ready for a Friday broadcast tomorrow. We thank you. We'll talk to you
bet.
then. All right, bud. And coming up next, this and possibly even that, we'll return here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
American Skyjacker tells the story of D.B. Cooper copycat Martin McNally, who hijacked a plane and jumped out with $500,000. But that's just the start of this epic true crime saga. Now, American Skyjacker is an action-packed documentary available on all major platforms. Go to americanskyjacker.com to subscribe to the podcast and watch the film. And look out for a new bonus episode of the podcast coming soon. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X.
Right.
The home of the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yeah, we've been jaw-jacking up and down this morning, going back and forth about finding something terrible in our food. You're out summers to eat, you find a hair or you find something awful, or maybe even something just bizarre. I mean, my favorite from earlier on when we had this conversation was someone who finished a meal at a restaurant and found somebody's car key on the friggin' car key.
Crazy.
What about this, Josh? A listener said he was out having a pizza pie, and there was a fishing reel.
A reel?
What?
What were you at, Bill Dance's Pizzeria?
That makes no sense.
Were you at
a fishing reel?
Babe Winkleman's Pizza Shack? A fishing reel.
Somebody just said that. How did nobody
That
notice
doesn't make
that?
any sense. Yeah.
Do you mean like a lure?
Well, he wrote reel.
Yeah, he must mean lure.
A lure would be more reasonable. And
yeah, I found a carburetor on there. I almost ate the whole thing.
We appreciate you listening. We got a little ways to go here on the Half-Assed Morning Show. I was just reading something completely different. I've heard old Cubby say something along these lines afore. It says here, being a parent desensitizes you to gross things.
Now, I told you that beforehand, Ashley, because you thought you weren't going to be able to handle some of it.
Yeah.
How's that going?
That's going completely fine.
Same?
Yeah, you become very, it's like whatever. He could spit. I don't even use like a napkin or a little baby towel to clean up his spit up anymore. I'm like, well, my sleeve's right here.
Yeah, something changes.
Yep.
Being a parent desensitizes you to gross stuff. Oh, I have a question. Even the person you created your child with? That's a joke. Once you've been a parent for a while, gross stuff doesn't seem so gross anymore. As a matter of fact, whoever put this report together sat some poor bastards down, volunteers, to look at disgusting pictures of things like vomit, feces. And they mixed in pictures of normal things as well. And the goal was to track how fast people clicked away from the gross pictures. 99 of the volunteers were parents. 50 of them didn't have kids. Oh, I didn't know there was going to be arithmetic involved here. Let me see if I can get this correct. Well, you don't need to know the numbers. The non-parents clicked away much faster than the parents when looking at the disgusting pictures. The non-parents were way more likely to say, "Ish, get that away from me." The ones who had breeded seemed unfazed by it all. Like it was all just regular life. They barely avoided. They made no real effort to avoid the gross pictures. So what's the worst you've ever seen? Well, the two parents we have hanging out here, Cubby and Smashley, worst you've ever seen.
Blowouts are gross.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they're gross anymore. They're kind of funny.
Now, is that when the diarrhea escapes the diaper?
Yeah.
And somehow like makes it up to their neckline.
Yeah, it's weird.
In the back
It's usually like the way they're sitting, I realize.
A friend of mine once sent me a picture of a car seat where a blowout happened. I'm like, there is no way a child created all that. It looks like somebody took a 5-gallon bucket of diarrhea and dumped it in the car seat.
Yeah, it really sucks when they do it on like something else you have to clean, just because it's a pain in the ass to have to clean something else.
I never noticed like a change in just my overall tolerance towards gross things. I more meant just like when it's your kid, when it comes out of your kid, it's not as gross as you're anticipating it to be. Like, you can handle it better. But just in general, if I saw like some diarrhea on the floor here, I'd be pretty grossed out.
So you're saying you won't change my diapers?
I will if you needed me to, but I'd be grossed out by it.
I did have something happen, I think it was like last week. My son went to the bathroom, and I was like, all right, well, let's go change your diaper here, bud. And as I'm changing his diaper, he decided that he wasn't done. So that's like that's something to see happen.
Right from the tap.
Yeah, it's like
give me a
it's like
friggin'
an
break.
ice cream machine.
Oh,
do you have a
no,
TP?
you bastard.
Ashley, do you have a TP?
No, I got peed on. I've been peed on a couple times. After it happens the first time, I was like, all right, whatever, it's just pee.
We were given one of those. I'd never heard of it. So if you're not familiar, it's like a nut cup you put over your boy.
Yeah.
Just so you don't get peed on when you're changing the diaper.
Yeah, actually, the first time it happened, you're supposed to immediately, like, obviously cover up the penis with a diaper or something so there's not pee everywhere. But I just, like, backed up. I got scared. Natural reaction to step away from the pee.
I mean, we didn't really need this report because just ask the four of us. If a baby walked into this room right now with diarrhea up to the back of his neck, Ashley and Josh would probably assist that baby. Dana and I would be running for our very lives. I can't think of anything more repulsive.
You don't look at the color mustard yellow the same ever again after you have a child.
Stop talking!
That there's no such thing as mustard yellow. That's just baby crap.
Chugged up plumber Jesus said the other day he was holding his 4-month-old and he managed to puke up milk got in his mouth.
Oh.
I got puked on by a baby once. I've only held about 4 babies my entire life. And one of them just letter, buck, everything from the very bottom of his little stomach fired out of his yap, landed on me in front of a crowd and everything, Josh. There was people around.
I'm like you, though. Before my son, I'd only held like an actual baby maybe twice. I always would turn it down. I was afraid I'd be the guy that would fumble the baby.
I never liked babies.
4 kids, no patience, Jesus said. As a father and a porta potty cleaner, nothing is gross anymore. Yeah, I bet you've seen it all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it says here, okay. New parents, according to this little study, new parents start getting desensitized around the 6-month mark when your baby hits about 6 months old. Right after the kid starts eating solid food, it says here.
Oh, yeah, especially if you skip purees. So, like, purees are basically just, like, the consistency of mashed potatoes. Or you do, like, this thing called baby-led winging. So you give them, like, actual like larger chunks of food so they learn how to feed themselves. And that's a lot messier. Like you are signing up for sweet potatoes in every crevice of their body if you do baby-led weaning.
I will say what comes out of a baby once they start eating real food is a lot more gross than what they start out with.
Yeah, I'm really scared. We're almost there. It's like a little less than a month away.
That's a game changer, Ashley.
Yeah.
So if parents are so desensitized to gross, then it's got to be all parents, or breeders as I call them, who like to trade those awful pictures back and forth on cellular telephones. That's got to be all parents. Single isn't the word. What's the word when you're not a parent? Not a parent, people. They don't trade those. Do you know those disgusting photos? Some people think that's funny.
Like
to trade
pictures of their feces?
Yeah, pictures of their own feces.
The only guys I've ever known that have done it were young guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that bucks that trend. Because with no children in my life, I would never send another person a picture of my feces.
I've never got into that either. I never really saw the humor there.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty gross.
Yeah, same here. That's one line me and my guy friends have never crossed.
No, that's not right, and I think those kind of folks should be incarcerated for at least a weekend if you send each other back and forth those awful. I do have one poo photograph story that I enjoy, and this was back in high school, where a couple of guys were hanging out, and one of them said, "Hey, man, I got to duck into your john real quick and take a deuce," and he did, and it was a keeper. It broke water by quite a bit.
The iceberg.
Right. So these two guys are having the time of their lives with this colossal Randy Marsh type pile that he put into the toilet. So one of them found a toothpick, and they connected a little flag to the toothpick, and they stuck it into the top of that horror show. And they wrote on the flag, Big Kahuna.
Mount Fuji.
Okay? And one of them even took a picture with the little portable camera. Fast forward 5-6 months, it's Christmas Day, and one of these two guys comes out Christmas morning. It's time to sit down with the family and open up presents, and he sees this massive wrapped present up against the wall, which is for him. And he's like, what in the hell could that be? I'm a 17-year-old kid. At that point in your life, usually you just get socks and whatnot. So this massive, that's for me? How could that be? When he unwrapped it, his parents had beautifully framed that picture of the Big Kahuna. He left behind that portable camera and forgot that he had taken the picture. When his parents went to develop the film, they found it. And I thought that was just a wildly clever idea, clever little prank to play on that teenage kid.
That is.
Imagine being the person that developed those photos.
Oh,
nice
So
little
confused.
selfie,
Good
a family
point.
shot. Oh,
Yeah.
the Big Kahuna?
Because back then they all saw him. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good one. All right.
Yeah, and the person at Michael's that has to frame that
Right.
wherever they Usually like the 70-some-year-old
Well, I
woman.
forgot about that. I guess I always imagined they framed it themselves.
Maybe
but
they did.
I don't know. I don't know.
The Half-Ass Morning Show. 93X.
Pretty sharp sounding ad right there.
Yeah, I think so.
I like that boat sound effect. That was cool.
Yeah, that's Cubby. I don't know how to do sound effects.
Yeah.
I was just going to do it with my mouth. He said, no, I got these real
I'll
sound
make it sound cool.
Pretty sharp sounding ad right there. All right, we got to get going here shortly and start putting on layers. I can't believe tomorrow is the morning that we agreed to broadcast live from the Hardee's parking lot in Zimmerman.
What are
It's
the
a
odds?
Bold choice on our half.
I can't believe this. Tomorrow's the day we'll be broadcasting live from the parking lot of the Zimmerman Hardee's. What kind of prizes do we have, Josh?
Gloves.
We're giving away gloves.
Oh, they said loves. What's loves? We're giving away ice cream.
Oh, good.
Frozen yogurt.
As much ice cream as you can eat.
Tank tops.
Coolers.
And flip-flops,
Yep.
coolers. No, it's not tomorrow that we're going to be in the Hardee's parking lot in Zimmerman Broadcasting Live, but we're working on it. We'd be dead if it was tomorrow. Before we get out of here, we've covered some things. Last topic we got on, I suppose, was, I guess it's a real thing. Being a parent desensitizes you to gross things. Some researchers put some parents in a room with some non-parents, showed them gross pictures of vomit and turds and whatnot. And the parents all said, yeah, what else you got? And the non-parents said, Jesus, get that out of my face. You're wiping off asses and this and that, runny noses, all the horrors that come with babies. You're desensitized to. We got a few text messages on the subject. This individual agrees with something you've said before, Josh. It's got to be your kid.
Yeah, for me, that's how it was. Like, I still was grossed out by other things, but for whatever reason, when it's your kid, it seems less gross.
This listener says it's got to be your real legitimate child. I have stepkids. They gross me out all the time, and I generally don't like them.
My goodness.
Wow.
Well, what's
to each their own.
He's got to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe there are a couple of dildos as stepkids. I don't know. The other Iron Range, Jesus says, being a parent will never, ever desensitize you to your child handing you a fresh turd while it's in the bathtub.
Got something for you.
Yeah, they'll do stuff like that.
Here you go, Daddy. Put this somewhere. I'm trying to play in the bathtub. And we also talked about, poop humor, the type of folks who like to trade pictures back and forth. Look what I did, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of funny, though. I got to admit, one of our listeners said, I didn't like this other kid in high school. So I went into a porta potty, and I put his phone number on the wall of the porta potty, and I wrote, text me your poop picture.
That's so good. I mean, that's gross, but I never would have thought of something like that.
You did this bit, too, didn't you, Josh? We did this bit years ago. We put one of our pals' names and phone numbers in one of those looking for rough sex, what do they call it in the business?
Yeah, not classified.
Classified.
Did they call it classified? The one? Yeah, they had a name for it.
I think it's classified. So I'll go along with it. You know, in the newspaper when I was a kid, and in certain other local periodicals, at the back of the paper there was a men seeking men, women seeking women, the whole schmear, right? So we put our buddy's name and number in there and said, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, but we said basically, I'll bone anything.
Yeah.
Give me a call. I want you to do this and this to me, just awful things. Put his name and number in there, and then he got some takers. He did, and it was a lot of laughs for everybody but him, because I think he was still living with his folks.
A coworker got me one similar to that. They posted a photo of a big collection of video games on Craigslist, and the post said, I'm sick of my ungrateful kid. I'm giving away all his video games. Text me at this number if you want to take him off my hands. He doesn't deserve these video games. I'm giving them to you for free. So then all of a sudden, I didn't know what happened. I get like 50 text messages in the span of 3 minutes. And I'm thinking, who's dead? But no, it's just all these people desperate to try to get these free stash of video games.
I'd be so pissed off.
Would you really?
I don't want to, getting a bunch of text messages like that. Oh, it'd be funny for like half a second.
It was not funny at all, actually. It was very annoying. You're right.
I get some of those spam ones, and there's nothing I love more than just hitting delete and report spam. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I dig that. Same with like unsubscribing to things that somehow I became subscribed to.
Oh, I like doing that.
In emails. So much fun.
We got to get going. But another topic that we covered earlier was finding odd, sometimes disgusting items in your food. We were thrown, all of us, by someone who texted in earlier and said they found a fishing reel in a pizza, under a pizza. I don't.
That seems like something you wouldn't have to find. It'd be quite obvious.
Right. This is a little different, but somewhat similar. Holy balls, this lady must have lost her marbles. Courtesy flush, Jesus said his grandmother once forgot an egg beater in the cake.
Oh, man.
I can see how that can happen.
Wow, did it still churned out? That's impressive.
I'm sure it did. Yeah, I mean, she's a grandmother.
Yeah, true. They know what they're
Grandmothers know how to
doing.
make cakes. Some grandmothers got cake.
Well, I was going to mention my grandma can make cake, but you threw that out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doubled up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Some of them got cake. All right, we got to go.
Happy birthday to Aubrey, and turning, and feel free to chant if you want. They requested it 13.
13.
Happy 13th birthday to you. This text says, can I get a birthday shout out to my twin sister from another Mrs. and Mr.? Aging like a fine sipping scotch, have the happiest of birthdays, M-Dog. And Fresh Fly Shade Jesus text in a belated birthday to, what was that, gross?
One of our listeners found a cow tooth in their hamburger.
Oh.
Fresh.
Oh, I thought her Jesus name was gross and I didn't pick up
Oh, no.
on it.
What was the name?
Fly Shades, Fresh Fly Shade Jesus.
Fresh Fly Shades. I have no idea what that
Like
means.
cool shades?
Yeah, cool new sunglasses.
Yeah.
Cool new Cool. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. What'd she say?
She texted in a belated birthday shout out to Brown Neck Flooring Jesus and a happy 15th wedding anniversary today as well.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.